Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's our game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers. Hooked on the brothers. Yo, you're in for a treat, so hang on to your seat. Get ready for adventure and remarkable feats. You'll meet Koopas and Troopers, the princess and the others. Hanging with the plumbers, you'll be hooked on the brothers. To the bridge. I say hooked on the brothers. The brothers.
Welcome back to Griffmas in July. I think Destiny doesn't want Griffmas in July because it's the second week in a row where we're having strange technical difficulties.
I want to throw so much anger every which fucking way. I shouldn't be starting this episode sweating. I'm already sweating, Murray.
If there's any episode, any movie that deserves a lot of hate being thrown at it, it's the movie you picked this week.
I want to already put out there, first of all, I am so sorry about the audio last week, everybody.
Yeah.
That was another stressful situation because...
Yeah, it was very stressful. I didn't get home till 2 in the morning. So any people complaining about audio, 1, what are you paying for this? 2, if you saw the work that goes into this show, not a lot, but when we put work into it, we throw 100% effort into it.
Right. And the other thing is, I'm sweating for a fucking reason. We want to get this shit. We want to have fun. We want to do this shit. We watched one of the most bewildering movies this week.
Bewildering? I would say shit.
Shit
but
movies. I mean, people showed up for it, and they stayed 12 weeks longer than they were supposed to as well.
They needed a paycheck, obviously. This is the epitome of someone had a house payment or an alimony payment. And I'm going to say Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, had to be Hopper.
In fact, his son went, Papa, why did you star in this movie? He says, because you needed shoes, kid. That's why I starred in it. It's a hunk of shit. Nobody involved with this movie likes this movie.
Yeah.
Wants to be associated with. They consider it their worst movies. They got big names. Bob Hoskins.
Oh, man.
Roger Rabbit.
Roger
I
Rabbit.
love the Roger and the Rabbit. Dennis Hopper.
Incredible.
I think he was clean, too. I mean, if he was on drugs, I totally understand why he was doing
I think
this.
he was clean at this point. As clean as Dennis Hopper can be, at least.
And cultural appropriator John Leguizamo.
You were telling me that apparently Leguizamo is one of these people who says only a person of that race can play that race.
Yeah, How the Worm Turns.
How the Worm Turned. Also, The Pest was supposed to be... I don't think that was supposed to be a John Leguizamo character either.
All I know is I hated this movie. You know, we've done 317 or 18 to my count movies, and about 300, I found something good in it. But those 18, motherfuck those 18.
Yeah, they're...
And this is going in that...
You think so?
Yes.
I don't.
There's nothing appealing about this movie. It looks ugly.
Oh,
It
it's
sounds
disgusting.
ugly. It is ugly. I hate you.
I think what's your problem with this is very much like when I saw it as a child. It made you look inward, and you were like...
I was 19 when this movie came out. I had no intention of ever seeing... If it wasn't for you, I went my whole life without seeing this movie.
Which would have
I had zero interest in... I didn't even know there was a lore. Like, you're the first generation that has fondness for video game characters. I could give a fuck less about video game characters. I don't know. I'm just like, I just want to play a game and finish it.
They have become the new movies. Video games have taken over what movies used to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, like when I was a kid, it was like comic book and cartoon characters. Those were our favorite characters. And, you know, because Pac-Man is barely a character. So we don't have an attachment to video game characters from my generation.
It would make a great movie, though. Actually, they made a Pac-Man movie. No, it was called like One Up, and it was just some bullshit.
They had the cartoon Pac-Man, which was
That's
classic.
right. They did, yeah.
But yeah, well, fuck, they had a Rubik's Cube cartoon for fuck's sake. Very
I just
diverse.
like how you said a Rubik's Cube.
I got a lot of hate.
I
for
got a
this.
lot of hate.
Not just for this movie, but this is the hate episode. You guys have been clamoring because you love negativity.
I
the
mean-
internet feeds off of negativity. Now you're going to get a good old-fashioned hate episode, at least for me. I don't know what the fuck's up with Griff.
Well, I just started this episode off for an hour of trying to fix audio problems for the second fucking week in a row. I had to put out a shit episode that people
Hey.
actually commented and said, your audio sounds like shit.
Yeah, well, hey, you got an episode.
It's not
Nobody
good.
listened to it, so I don't really give a fuck.
This is not how I wanted Griffiths in July to go.
Like I said, maybe this is fate saying,
No more Griff.
too serious a job for you. Let the pros handle it.
I pick the movies, everything goes to fuck.
I'm just
God
saying.
damn it, man.
I'm just saying. But Griff, there's other things to be hateful
Let's
for.
be hateful about other things. Wagons in a public space.
All right, we all had fun with this past week. Can we put it to bed? Haktua girl.
Yeah.
Enough.
I'm seeing it everywhere.
First of all, the most basic of bitches I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Fingernails on chalkboard. I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I
Yeah.
just heard the Haktua part.
Right.
By the way, she's right. Ladies, spit on that dick. But don't hock a loogie on it. That's gross. But spit on that dick. Wetter the better, like I always say. So I agree with Haktua girl. What infuriates me is, like we were just saying, Griff is literally sweating bullets. We're getting on an episode people just put on when they're like they don't want to pay attention to their job.
Yeah.
And this dumb broad is like raking in the dough. Like people are throwing money at her because she said she Haktuas on a dick.
Haktua. I mean, that's the memification of the world. I will give her this. At least it seemed like she wasn't like trying to be an internet sensation.
No, she was being the dumb basic bitch that she is.
And that,
but my beef isn't with her.
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah.
I agree with her. But I have a problem with the world, society being like, throw money at this girl.
is that what we're doing? We're saying throw
She's
money
already
at her?
made, according to Jim Cornette, she's already made $65,000 off of merch.
Oh, did she make the merch though?
Probably not. And if that's the case, Stephen P. knew.
Yeah,
Get him on the case. All right. But enough about that. We had our fun. We're putting it to bed. No more Haktua.
Good night. Good night.
Save the Haktua for the bedroom, people,
Yeah.
where it belongs.
Dream about sucking dick, Haktua. We love you.
Also, Griff, were you aware this is hot rodent guy summer?
Excuse me?
The newest, hottest look is rat-faced guys.
What?
All the new
Sex models? Sex symbols?
sex symbols have rat faces. I know exactly what they're talking about, and I've always hated rat-faced guys. So I'm putting an end to hot rodent face summer. No more. Fuck you. Go to the sewer where you belong, you rat-faced fucks.
Rat face fringe fucks. See, I want to throw more F's in there. I'm really liking this. Now that the audio problem's fixed, we're still staring
So,
daggers
cross your
into
finger,
it.
20
Yeah,
minutes.
22-minute mark. That's where it broke last week 3 times on us.
Yeah.
22 minutes in.
Didn't get home till 2 in the morning.
2 in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
I fucking drove my car into a ditch the next day and just wandered aimlessly for 9 hours to recollect myself.
Why did you have to fuck your car up? You could have just
This is
pulled
the
over.
things you have to do, Murray. Look, we put our heart and soul into this.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's fucking hard. You just want things to work. You just
Yeah,
want things to
especially
work.
since we haven't changed anything in 5 years. But
I mean,
that is
we changed hardware in the last year and a half because the other computer did some stuff and then I did some stuff too.
You lost your shit.
I lost my shit on it. It wasn't a
Speaking
good
of
day.
losing shit, Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers, Murray.
I once again hated this movie. There's no redeeming value to this movie. Why does this movie exist?
Man, I know it's a boring movie. 'Cause it's-
Breakneck pace, yet same time boring as fuck.
You told me.
Not
it's-
many people can do that. I'll give them that.
It was an hour and 40 minutes.
45 minutes.
Hour 45. And Murray was telling me that it was supposed to be like 20 or 30 minutes longer.
Yeah, there was a lot of backstory behind this movie. Like I said, everyone involved hates this movie. The directors were a married couple who were high on their own supply, thought they were the shit, and everybody hated them. And would talk shit about them behind their back throughout the entire process of this movie.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper, I was supposed to be there 5 weeks. I was there 17 fucking weeks. This is the Waterworld of video game movies.
Wasn't Hopper in Waterworld too?
He was.
Yes.
Maybe he's the
He might.
common thread here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, question, Griff.
Yes.
Is there a good video game movie? Is it possible to make a good video game movie? Because I'm unaware if there is one.
Shit, I don't know, man. They tried to do a Final Fantasy movie that was awful.
Yeah.
Then they tried to do a Final Fantasy VII movie that just was not bad. It was an animated movie. That one wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. And it also gave us what we see as Cloud today, which he looks like shit. I hate it. I want pixelated Cloud.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, I never
I'm just
watched
throwing
those.
it out there.
Yeah, I never watched those.
Resident Evil. There's been like 12 of those.
There's been so many. I think the first one people think is okay.
House of the Dead. Uwe Boll's classic
No.
movie where he incorporates video game POV footage into his movie.
That sounds awful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
that sounds
video
bad.
games. Silent Hill.
Oh, you know what? I watched Silent Hill. It wasn't terrible. Those are games designed to be movies, though.
Wasn't
Half
terrible.
the fucking thing about those games is there's like 2 hours of, like cinematics in it.
Even The Last of Us, which is the one everyone raves about, isn't that great. I don't think it's possible to make a great video game movie.
Yeah.
We've yet to achieve that.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, it took forever to get a good comic book movie. They
Yes.
were all horrible.
I think it's a good thing you bring that point up because you talk like I know our good friend Yacht Rock Sean always talked about like when I was growing up the Marvel movies. You've talked about
Yeah,
it.
they're trash.
You get Hulk for Bruce Banner. It wasn't Bruce Banner for that show.
David Banner.
David
Bruce,
Banner.
Too gay a name.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the TV executives were
TV
saying.
execs guys. But you guys always say it's like you gave us the worst form of these shows. And yes, I was 6 when this movie came out. I went and saw it. I was scared shitless by this movie. I was going to see a colorful video game movie.
It
and
was.
it's-
Was it fair to say it's your Godzilla versus the Smog Monster movie?
Yeah, there we go.
Because
There
we're
we
around
go.
the same age when we both
And
saw there.
you told me.
And
you
I
made it-
overcame my fear.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a hero. I know.
Yeah.
Save the lot.
Guys, the flowers. Murray has no more room in his house for the flowers. You've set too many flowers.
So did you overcome your fear?
Oh, I absolutely overcame my fear. But it's I want to say, you said in Godzilla, you got in there for the first 5 minutes. You're like, nope, I'm out. You're
was like,
smarter than me, though.
I was like, Mom, this is too weird.
Yeah.
I can't take this.
I-
I love Godzilla. What am I watching? I'm watching a pile of shit huff smokestacks.
Yes.
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
Take me home, Mom. I just want to see Godzilla pro wrestle another monster.
Yeah. I got through the whole movie and started crying. That's how it worked for me. This movie traumatized me as a kid. So that's why we got to slay this demon. That's kind of what our show has become about sometimes, We've done this a few times where we slay the demon. We watched Black Eagle because I was terrified of John Claude as a bad guy. And then I really enjoyed it as an adult because Sho Kozuki's amazing.
Right.
So this
Turpidity.
is Turpidity. That's from that movie, everybody. Yeah. Oh man. So I was shocked because this movie, as stupid as it is, to take a simple concept like the Super Mario Brothers show, which people might remember, it had Captain Lou Albano as Mario.
Yeah, real Italian.
A real
Unlike
Italian.
This movie, like I don't know, Hispanic. I don't know what Jago Leguizamo is. Bob Hoskins, British guy.
Yeah, they just throw them together. They don't even put them in the right colored outfits.
They don't even put him in. Oh, this is.
Again, they got this right in the Super Mario show that came out 2 years prior.
Well, how can they not get it? How is it hard to do this?
I don't know.
This is the thing that comic book fans beef we had all through the 80s and 90s. We want to see it's going to shock you, but comic book fans are obsessive nerds. So they like shit the way it's supposed to be. So for years we got like, who gives a fuck if Superman wears a cape or whatever, and they were just giving a shit. And those movies always bombed.
Yeah.
And then some smart executive was like, hey, maybe we should consult with the people who create these things and then make the movie like the people want to see.
Right.
And guess what? Boom! Marvel Comics rules the world.
Yeah.
And then now they're back to, hey, I don't want to pay these comic people. I got ideas. I'm an
Right.
exec. Giant robot spiders, anybody. And the movies are shit now because you don't respect the source material. Nerds demand you respect the source material.
Oh yeah, you get that outrage over just novels turned into movies and all that shit. Like it's fucking everywhere. It's infuriating.
Well,
when
it's
you
like,
see that
hey,
shit.
people like this. Let's change everything.
Let's change.
I don't understand the thought process behind that.
Yeah. It's pretty sad out there. But yeah, they got overalls right. They got everything right in the Super Mario show, and then you get to this, and I don't know what kind. You said there was like 5 writers on this.
There was 3 credited writers.
Yeah.
And at least 6 in total working.
Is this a Beyonce single we're talking here? Or
It
is
was
fucking-
rewritten so much the actors stopped paying attention to the rewrites.
It makes sense. I mean, the story is simple enough. It tracks.
The only thing I'm going to give them credit for, because once again, remember, this is based on a silly Japanese video game. There's no thought put in. It's like, hey, it'd be cool if a turtle did this and a mushroom did that, and they were like, how can we incorporate all these elements into a story? And they do it.
Yeah. It would be really fucking tough. They try to do, and you told me they wanted to make this to be a more adult centric.
The directors did.
Okay, the
and
directors
the studios
did.
were like, it's fucking Mario Brothers. What the fuck are you doing?
Obviously, they had to license it from Nintendo.
So they're
and
30 years before. Everyone's throwing their flowers on Greta Gerwig, is that her name? Because
Oh, yeah,
she made like an
Barbie.
adult spin on Barbie,
Yeah.
like adult themes. These people, I don't remember their names, I don't care. They
Fossies?
did it 30 years before.
Tried to.
Give them their Oscar posthumously.
Oh man, they're.
Lifetime Achievement Award for Super Mario Brother directors.
But it's so freaky because of how they try to introduce elements of the game into the movie.
Yeah.
So I was kind of talking to you a little bit about this, and we mentioned this. Some of the most iconic things about the character, Superman in his cape. The Mario Brothers have mustaches. Bob has a mustache. John Leguizamo said, "No, I'm not growing a mustache."
Maybe you can't grow one. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's an apparatus they could strap to his upper lip.
Yeah, they could have, but he obviously had no respect for the source
He
material.
did go method.
Every Italian has a mustache. We all know that. That's how you tell people are Italian.
Yeah, he did go method. He lived in Little Italy, and he tried to grow a mustache, and he ate spaghetti every day.
Well, he still did a shitty job.
He did a fucking awful job. Luigi is a scaredy puss. That's it. He's not a fucking like child. Whereas John Leguizamo plays him to be a child. I mean, he's like a conspiracy theorist.
Special needs,
Special
Luigi.
He's supposed to be in his late 20s or something. Mario is like supposed to be 10 years older than him and was his father figure.
There's still, I'm still
They're both
in the
plumber.
dark about, are they related, or did Mario find him on a doorstep?
Yes, I know, right?
Because that would make sense that he's not Italian.
Yes, yeah, that would make a little.
He
I think
found
there's
him in like
there was
Spanish Harlem or some shit. And
there was
like,
one line that kind of like linked it together, and that was it. But I didn't even get that out of it because they are the Mario Brothers after all,
Yeah.
and they do attest to that.
and that is their surname.
That's right.
That's the one thing. They apparently they came up with that, and then the guy who created it was like,
Yeah,
I
I
like
guess you're
that
fucking
idea. I
right.
like that idea. They
Yeah.
are Mario and Luigi
boot
Mario
Mario.
is their names.
I mean, it makes sense if you read the
How
fucking
are they-
titles.
How did they not come up with another brother? You figure by now there'd be another one, like Guido Mario.
Yeah, well, they knew better than to add another brother. It's like you add other characters around them. They did the negative versions, Waluigi, Wario, you know. They did that shit. But you don't add another brother. They added a bunch of characters
Three,
to the
but
cast.
It's 3. It's a
Trio?
yeah, like the Three Stooges.
Oh, yeah. It'd be
I'm just saying,
more fun
Guido
now.
Mario.
maybe if it was the 70s, they would have added that.
But yeah, once again, I hated this movie.
Um,
I spent the birth of our nation watching this movie when I could have been outside watching the Mexicans shoot up fireworks in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Mexicans, you guys love fireworks. I'm not making any judgment calls. I'm just pointing something out.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Stop.
when it comes to fireworks, because I hate them.
I hate them.
My dog hates them even more.
Yes.
But here's the thing. You can buy, like, giant, like, containers, like boxes, and you light it in 50 million. So, these people who live across the street from the junior high I went to, they had their fireworks. They lit them off on the sidewalk on the junior high side, and they just left this fucking shit on the fucking sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3 boxes. You can't pick them up and just throw them in your fucking trash, you fucking piece of shit. You know, I hate rich people, but I also hate poor people. Because this is why you're poor, because you're a piece of shit. Ain't society's fault you're a douchebag. Pick up after yourself. What the fuck's wrong with you?
It's one of the key components of existing amongst other people. Just pick up after your fucking self.
Hell is other people.
Dude, that's the... Oh, man. This is rough. They deserve to live in fucking Dino Town.
I'm just saying right now, no positivity from me in this episode.
Yeah,
That's how you're going to get it.
This is all negative.
Yeah.
It's like 72 degrees, but with the humidity, it feels like it's about 90 degrees.
We're like breathing underwater here.
Why are we doing this, Michigan? See all the hate that's coming out? Here's some more hate. Going back to this movie, Mario never wears red. He wears blue. He wears blue constantly. Luigi wears red. Why not put the Luigi man, who always is in green, just green sweaters, green this, green that, Mario in red, overalls.
They were, the technology was there in 1993 to make overalls.
There's like little tidbits of Mario.
He didn't even have the little cap until like near the end of the movie.
Yes, and it was like, oh, we need some outfits to sneak in here. Just so happens there's outfits to sneak in here. I think it was a callback to the arcade game where it was like the side-scrolling. I don't remember what that one was called, but it was a callback to color schemes they used in that.
All right.
But yeah, it doesn't make...
I mean, throughout the movie, Griff will point out the differences between the video game and the movie.
I'll do my best.
Because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I played up to Super Mario 3, which was probably the last version before this movie came out. And I don't remember. I didn't know there even was a lore behind this. I thought it was just save the princess. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know this shit. I don't know the names of any of these creatures. I was just like Turtle, Critter from Critters movie.
Koopas. It's the wildest thing, and, I'll throw the trailer after this, because let's just fucking get to this can of worms.
Hold the worms.
Hold the worms as
King
dinosaur.
Koopa
So that's the point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole entire series, Bowser, King Bowser, Bowser.
And even in IMDb, it says Dennis Hopper, Bowser. And I was writing that in my fucking notes, and I'm like, they just keep calling him Koopa.
I know. It makes no sense. Bowser is the bad guy. Every Mario game you fight Bowser. No, Bowser's the king. He's the good guy. He's the father of one of the characters. Also, King Koopa's now a separate character. What? Why did we even do this? Why did we do this? Why did we make this movie? Why did we hire the directors? Why did we watch it? Why are you listening to this?
I'm still asking that question, yeah.
Well, we'll contemplate over that while we listen to this trailer.
Something's coming up the plumbing for Luigi's in a bind. Giant turtles out to get him, creepy crabs are right behind. Fighter flies, jeepers yikes, they're all coming out the pipes.
Mario, where are you?
It's Atari Mario Brothers with Mario from Donkey Kong, his brother Luigi, and lots of crazy creatures. And it's twice the fun when two play at once, because you need all the help you can get.
Mario, where are you?
Mario Brothers, new from Atari.
Wasn't that a great trailer? No, it sucked.
I mean, I think they got to hear Lou in there.
Captain Lou?
Captain Lou, the better Mario brother.
Yeah, real Italian.
Real Italian. I am a real Italian. You know what I saw today when I was out at Easter Market? A Vinny shirt. I didn't know Vinny's was marketing that way.
Oh, of course.
It was a beautiful shirt, too. It wasn't like a bullshit shirt. It was beautiful.
Of course. Speaking of bullshit, we open up just to let you know, we're in a video game world. We get a nice little 8-bit intro.
It's a pixelated animation
of dinosaurs 65 million years ago.
Yes.
And we see dinosaurs and like, hey, this is cool. We're dinosaurs. And then this is disputed by some people, but they're going with the whole meteorite killed the dinosaurs theory.
Yeah.
So it's hit by a meteor, but no, they didn't kill the dinosaurs. I don't think. What the hell are we using to make oil? Because it's supposed to be dinosaurs.
Right.
That's a mystery in itself. Because the dinosaurs were and this happens, people. When a meteor hits a planet, sometimes it opens a parallel universe.
Yeah.
And the dinosaurs are transported to a parallel universe where they've been living for the past 65 and evolving for the past 65 million years.
What do you think happened to Stephen Hawking? He just rolled one of his little wheelchairs into a black hole.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we get boop 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 boop. That's the last idea you get about the Super Mario Brothers video game. Because from here on out, it's like we don't give a fuck. Super Mario Brothers. We're in Brooklyn, 1973.
Yes. Strip club, church, liquor store, every block. Just that repeated.
The world was a hellhole. Only Paul Kersey could tame.
That's right.
Until the following year, 74, when the light came, I was born.
That's right.
So we see a woman from a rave. It looks like not very like.
She had spikes on her shoulders. She had a weird hairdo, hood up. I thought she might have been a lost Jedi or something.
Padawan learner.
Yeah, Padawan.
And she's looking over her shoulder. She's terrified. Something's after her.
Yeah.
She go, where do you go when the world's after you? You go to the church.
That's right.
Knocks on the door. We've seen this a million times in movies, never in real life. Leaves a baby at the doorstep.
Takes off her necklace. This is going to be kind of a MacGuffin of the movie.
Takes off. None opens the door. Oh, a baby. They're all Italian.
Everybody in this movie is Italian except our two Italian brothers. That's why it's good.
Bring it in. But no, it's not a baby. It is a dinosaur egg. You remember dinosaur eggs?
Dinosaur eggs?
It was a candy. It was a jawbreaker. The center was like a sweet tart.
Okay.
I loved those as a little kid.
Okay.
Dinosaur egg.
Dinosaur. No.
Yeah, because it was a sour like jawbreaker. Shaped like an egg.
You know what really sucked? The fucking dots. Just the paper with the sugar on it.
That's poor people candy. Yeah, I hated it too.
Yeah, because you just got paper.
No thought put into that at all.
I love it.
It's almost a hateful candy. Like you give that to someone you hate.
Yeah, because you're eating paper half the time.
Yeah.
Like, what the
that
fuck?
Would suck.
Yeah.
Much like this movie.
So
it's an egg, and it starts rattling. Something's gonna come out of this egg.
Murray.
I'm waiting for the gobbledygooker.
See, Vince McMahon was involved. Wasn't that his invention, the gobbledygooker?
Gobbledygooker.
Yeah. I didn't realize when I was doing the notes that within the egg was Daisy. It was a human.
Yes.
I didn't grasp the idea. This movie is trying to say that in this other dimension, reptiles evolved into humans.
Yeah.
You think conspiracy theorists would love this movie?
Lizard people.
Lizard people.
This is the birth of lizard people.
This is.
I've never really gone down the rabbit hole, lizard people. Is their theory that a meteor hit the Earth and dinosaurs went to a parallel dimension and then they found their way back as lizard people?
You know, we're out here saying the conspiracy theories probably love this movie. I don't know where they got off with this. I know, like, all of our politicians are reptilians. Now it's probably just the Democrats. But I remember them used to saying George Bush was a reptilian. H.W. Bush.
Well, yeah.
Or W. Wait, is it? Is H.W. the dad and then W is the son?
Yeah.
Okay, W.
W. F. So we see a baby and we see that necklace, a little, like, icicle rock shard.
Yes. It's a shard of the meteorite, apparently.
And then modern day, 1993.
We get our first shot of General Koopa in the tunnels as Egg Dropper Offer runs away.
Played by Dennis Hopper.
With his great fucking weird
gelled
hair.
cornrows. Like, it weren't technically cornrows, but they were in that shape of cornrows, but it was gel.
Yeah.
He is basically playing Donald Trump in this movie.
He is. He's got the hair.
He hates germs. He
Gold.
doesn't touch people.
I love mud.
So, yeah. So we assume he killed this woman.
Yeah.
All right, now modern day, 1993. The Mario Brothers are in their apartment.
Yep. Luigi hanging out. He's got a sideways ball cap with the spinner hat.
You know, 90s.
90s, yes. You love the 90s fashion.
No, I'm not gonna say there wasn't some good shit in the 90s. For the most part, I hate the 90s. I hate everything about it. I hate the movies. I hate the music. I hate the fashion. It should have been my decade. It was my late teens, early 20s. No, I hate the 90s.
I feel the same way about the 2000s, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but I hate them.
Maybe
so
that's...
then this movie was so 90s. Like you said, all the fashions just screamed 90s to me, and it made me want to vomit.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't think that Mario had it together because he wore like a button-up shirt tucked into
Well, he's
jeans.
an older man, so he's not...
Respectable.
Yeah.
Whereas John Leguizamo, probably from the
B-boy.
probably from the Leguizamo collection. I don't even want to call him Luigi because he doesn't represent any aspect of Luigi.
Not even a mustache.
Not even a mustache. It is the bit. It's the bit. Oh my God. But he's sitting there with like a bowl of peanuts. He's just eating the shells. Mario already ate the peanuts. That's how brotherly love works.
All the shells he picked up from prison guard Graff when he was in prison. He did a stint.
People go listen to Death Warrant.
Yeah, really. It's fucking Jean-Claude. What the fuck you want?
I know it sounds a little weird, but once you get over it, it's a great fucking trip. And Luigi is watching conspiratorial TV, lizard people,
Like,
aliens, missing women.
Like In Search of.
A guy was talking about how he went to another dimension and came back.
Yeah, so we know that he believes anything is possible.
Yeah.
He's a dreamer.
Because Mario's telling him,
Mario's realistic.
we got work, let's get...
We have bills.
We got bills to pay, but Luigi's, anything's possible, bro.
Dreamer.
So
he's like, hey, I got a job. Let's go right now. We got to pay our bills.
That's right. And we're going to be driving down there. I think Luigi's behind the wheel. Mario, take a right here. No. We're going to take the old Luigi way.
Something's telling me we need to take a left.
And we've got fucking awful jokes that do not work for adults and definitely don't work for fucking children. Because I'm going back to being 6-year-old Griff seeing this movie in the theater. I think this picture right there was taken before me and my cousins went and watched this movie.
Look how happy you looked before.
I know.
I wish your mom had taken an after shot.
I know. Look what happened to my hair after this movie.
Turned white.
Yes.
Oh my God. Griff has been dyeing his hair for the past 25 years.
25 years. But they are cracking up jokes about like sea turtles being able to navigate, 20 miles outside of their comfort zone, and he's navigating Brooklyn, and
He's just spewing out his conspiracy shit. About anything being possible. So they show up late, and they got sniped by the Scapelli, the competitor.
Scapelli.
Well, he's that guy that has all the great commercials, but they do shitty work, but they don't care because they have so many clients, they can afford to work shitty.
That's
hey,
right.
Get somebody else.
Well, Murray, it's just like a certain podcast. You got to have the name recognition. And you know what? Speaking of that, one of the, Brian Lass has his little Arcadia Vanguard stuff.
Yeah.
I was looking at that one show. He's constantly advertising wrestling news.
Yeah.
They do our numbers on YouTube. It's pathetic. They get like 100 views for like 5-minute videos.
Good.
It's fucking crazy. Because I thought it's just a little bit of marketing, but no, everyone just doesn't give a shit about Brian Last.
Exactly. So they get sniped. They lose the job. Whoever comes first, Maryland, it's that first come first serve job.
Man, you can tell us about that. You got a problem with that. Somebody calls you up. I need help with this and that.
Oh yeah, we get that shit. So now Scapelli has his fingers in more than one pie. He's not just a plumbing business. He's a construction. He's a builder. He is a builder like one perfect president is.
I was just gonna say we got like parallel world Trumps going on here.
Scapelli, played by, I don't know the guy's fucking name. He's most famous for getting the shit kicked out of him in The Godfather by
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta.
I don't know.
By James Caan.
James
He's
Caan.
the brother-in-law who gets the shit kicked out of him.
Is that Godfather 2?
No.
That's the original one?
It's the original because Sonny gets killed in the first.
I haven't seen a Godfather movie in 15 years.
So he's constructing something, but while they were digging, they found some bones, some dino bones.
Dino bones. Juju bones.
So they got to halt it. This is more important than business.
That's right. They actually did the right thing. You'd think they would have just been like, oh, fuck this. Let's do whatever the fuck we want because money talks. But no,
Bullshit
some
walks.
the bullshit walks. But somehow the university found out, including one very ambitious young Greta Thunberg character, Daisy.
Who's Greta Thunberg?
Greta Thunberg?
Yeah.
You don't know who Greta Thunberg is?
No.
The little girl that's like going around the world like talking about going green? That girl? You don't know her?
Her name's Greta Thunberg?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't know names, so correct Griff, people, because that doesn't sound right.
Yeah. I've heard multiple people pronounce her name that way. Thunberg. People interviewing her.
That sounds off because it's coming from you. But, so,
Clooty.
she's got the most 90s look, shorts with the combat boots. It's such an early 90s look.
She's got a vest, or not a
Vests
yeah,
were
vest.
so 90s.
Yeah.
I never owned a vest, but vests were so 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is 90s as
She's
fuck
spewing
looking
the
here.
90s all over me. She's hot-toing me with the 90s, and I'm spitting it back.
Remember last year we did a 90s movie too for Griffiths in July, the Robert Patrick movie.
A lot of relaxed fit jeans going on.
Relax
That motherfucker.
fit. We had the fucking flannel on the flannel on the flannel. 3 flannels tied around the waist.
Fuck you, 90s.
You thought you saw 2 popped collars, 10 years ago?
Oh, my
How about
God.
flannel on flannel on flannel?
So, I'm already like, this is the villain, right?
Got to be the villain.
Because she starts stopping business. That's the villain to me.
Yeah.
So she's like, Scapelli. This is a dig. We have X amount of days.
The court, your thing's all tied up in court right now. We know we have full rights to this. If you want to move things along, you got to move that court. This is the court's working over backwards. We're used to certain presidents
This was
using the
90s.
court.
This
Yeah.
is when the world was kind of normal.
Kind of normal.
Pre-Fox News.
Yes. Oh, my God. What a time to live in.
So he's just like, why you? Shakes his fist, gives a veiled threat that he's going to fucking kill her, and takes off. Like any good Italian would do.
That's right. But he does, I mean, you said the vague threat already.
Right.
Little lady, be something, because there's a whole story
It'd
about.
be a shame if something happened to you.
Remember, we didn't mention this. The whole idea, Luigi was talking about it. There's missing women going missing in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Specifically in Brooklyn.
But they're white, which is why it's newsworthy.
Yes. They actually do say they're white women, except the one Italian woman,
White.
but that's white.
Possibly had sex with a dog sometime in their life. Women.
Yeah. Really into animated dogs.
Yeah.
So he's making that. There's been a lot of women going missing in little Brooklyn here, so it'd be weird.
And so it's got to be supernatural.
Yep. So Daisy's got to go find a phone now.
Yeah.
Because it's 90s. You got to go find a
But
payphone.
before that, we meet our henchman, Spike and Iggy Koopa.
Koopas.
One played by Fisher Stevens, who culturally appropriated an Indian in Short Circuit, the classic robot movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
This movie's all about culture. Back in the glory days, we could appropriate anyone's culture.
Hold on.
Because it's called acting, people.
Let me write down that time so I can plug in some Bruce Springsteen glory days.
So, Spike has the upcut, like his head shaved in the sides and the back, and it's
floppy.
Ugh.
Oh, God. Both these, they did a great job just making you hate these guys.
Yeah.
Because they are repulsive. And the other guy, like, they inspired the stupid SNL Night at the Roxbury bit. They inspired that look. They had to have.
Because Iggy's got, like, it's like slick back, but it's like braids in the back.
He had the side slicked back, the background long, and he braided it. Then the top of his head, he coiled into 4 spirals on top of his head. And, okay, so allow me. You asked me to address these things. Koopa. What's a Koopa? Well, a Koopa is a turtle. You know the turtles in the Mario series. That's a Koopa. So these people represent turtles.
It makes you ask the question, why did these do a cartoon? So they're watching Daisy from a car eating some hot dogs. They're blending in.
I hear this is dog. That's what they say. They both throw their buns away and slurp down on those glizzies.
So, how many glizzies did you have this 4th of July?
0.
That makes 2 of us. So, so King Koopa sent them to get Daisy. We don't know why yet.
Yeah. Daisy just so happens she's looking for that payphone. Their truck broke down. Mario Luigi's truck broke down.
They're so poor they can't even afford antifreeze. They're literally putting water in their radiator.
And the guy
Evian!
Yeah.
That shit's expensive.
Yes, it cost him $3. He said that. That's 1993, $3.
Mario.
Luigi.
Get some fucking antifreeze. It's 1993. It ain't 1923. The fuck?
Well, it's even more expensive. He wanted to get free tap water, but the guy wouldn't sell him. Because that is how it works in some of the big cities. They're like, no, you pay for fucking water. But he tells Luigi, you call up our answering service to find out if we have any work waiting for us.
Answering services. Mm-hmm. World revolves around answering services pre-2000.
Pre-2000.
X.
2000 XX. So Luigi's getting the he gets through and he hears there's an emergency, a large emergency. Send backup. Send all your plumbers. I've got
Toilets
billions.
Are exploding. Someone put a cherry bomb in a toilet, and we need your help.
I got millions, and they left all the debris all over the toilet too. So
porcelain everywhere.
And so he's listening to this, but the lady of his dreams, the meet cute moment, Daisy walks up. And this is how you wait for a payphone, right? You stare daggers into the eyes of the person on the phone currently.
Well, obviously, this is in New York they do. Obviously, her problem's more important than Luigi's. Just remember, only rich people had mobile phones at this time. We had to fucking use payphones like fucking cavemen.
Think about using payphones during the C-word period.
Oh, I thought you said cunt.
We got to say that off mic.
Oh.
Just in case YouTube wants to hate us.
Oh. Okay. Well, YouTube already does hate us.
They despise us.
So he's like, looking at her, and she doesn't even have change. She's going to call collect whoever the fuck she's going to call.
Right. Back to the university. So he hangs up on a job opportunity 3 months late on every bill, everything, because he feels like he's got a chance.
Yeah, he might score. That's
got
more
a chance.
important
This, guys,
housing.
This is what I want out of Mario. I want to see these fuckers banging. Not each other.
2 words. Pussy and or fog.
Yes.
And he's deep in it. He can't see anything. He can't even see the toilets for the pipes. And she's just like, he's like, here, my lady. Doffs his, if he was real Luigi, he'd have a cap to doff.
He should have a fucking cap on. Well, he did have his stupid hat on. He actually did have a cat on.
And she's like, oh, thanks. Grabs it. He's like, a quarter, my lady. Puts a quarter in. She calls up. She starts bitching at the university. The Scapelli guy, he's fucking with her dig.
That's right. But the university, they're like, we got no more money. We can't send you security. We can't send you anything. Come on. What do you expect?
Mario
out of us?
notices this. He's like, this kid ain't never been laid.
He's got no game.
Mario's a cocksman. He's banging every broad.
Dude, when we see Mario's lady in a minute here, you're like, how the fuck did he score this? Bald little George Costanza, man?
Dude, he got Big Bertha later on, too.
Oh, my God.
So,
I'm surprised you can't find a little bit of joy in this stupid fucking movie.
That was the only scene I liked.
Okay.
Where he starts macking on Big Bertha.
We learned what Mario's all about. And this is canon, by the way. Yeah. Mario's sexual...
Pussy hound.
Yeah, Mario's kinks.
That was actually... You can only get the game in Japan. It's called Super Mario Pussy Hound. And you're just fucking broads throughout it.
It's one of those games. If you go look at Steam right now, some of the most popular games...
It's steamy, all right.
Some of the most popular games, if you go look at the Steam store, on a not Steam sale week, are usually like the hentai adventure sex games.
Oh, I didn't know those existed.
They're so
What's
fucking...
the adventure? You just fuck someone.
I have no clue. I don't buy these games.
You just rent them.
I just rent them.
So Mario's like,
Put him back on the
I
shelf."
gotta help this kid out. Maybe if he gets his dick wet, he'll smarten up and start flying straight.
You know, is this really how the dating world work? You just had a fucking poonhound like Mario come up to you and
Yeah,
say,
you just ask a woman,
"Hey,
it's my lady.
how about dinner tonight?"
You
And
go, come, my lady. Come,
my lady.
You're my butterfly.
Sugar, baby.
And then panties drop. R.I.P. Shifty Shell Shock. I don't know if that got in one of we talked about him in one of our many intros for last week's episode, but R.I.P. Shifty Shell Shock.
just in case
Which
you
sounds like a Mario character, Shifty Shell Shock.
You know what does? There is actually a character called Shell Shock. So
There you go.
there we go. So Mario throws an arm over his brother. What my brother's trying to ask you here?
Hey, Luigi, did you trip over your dick again because it's so big?
4 inches from the ground. It's all-
Mamma mia!
Why don't you just ask the pretty lady for dinner? Remember, we have a van. We can
Well, ask
take
for
her.
a ride first.
Yeah,
She needs
that's
a
right.
ride.
That's right.
Which is what you always do, Ted Bundy style. Get in the car with a strange Italian man.
2 strange Italian men.
One without a mustache.
What? I would be like, are you Italian? You don't even have a mustache. I get confused for Italian all the time now that I have my mustache.
And she's like, "Oh, that sounds good. I could do that. It's a date."
Yeah, so they're gonna figure it all out. 6 p.m.
So
double date night.
Mario, he's like, "This kid's gonna blow it. I have to do a double date with my Tuesday lady. He's
Yeah.
got one for every fucking
Dude.
single week." And it's his girl Daniela.
Daniela, which okay, I wanted to do a little bit of research. Murray did all the research on the actual facts of the movie. I did some of the video game research because I was like, I think the woman from Donkey Kong, where Mario saves the princess. I thought maybe that's Daniela. No, it was Paulina. So they couldn't even use Paulina. They were just like, yeah, fuck it, Daniela.
So they're on a date. They're asking Daisy about, well, what does she do for a living? She's like, I'm an archaeologist. Iridium, she keeps saying.
I wonder if Daniela was actually Italian because she had a pretty thick.
Well, she's probably a decent actor.
They did go get Italian food, of course.
Of course.
And
how do we know that? Checker tablecloth.
Checker tablecloth, and they left a wedge of Parmesan on their table with their own zester. They were just like, just have at it, Mr. Mario.
Well, yeah, he's a regular.
He's of course he is.
This is the original Vinny's.
This is the original Vinny's. This is the Brooklyn Vinny's.
Right. Get me some queso for my spaghetti. And so Daniela, she's like, oh my God, fucking Luigi's blowing it. I have to like zoom in, help him out.
That's right.
Wing woman him, if
Wing
you
woman
will.
him.
She's like, what do you do for a living? So I'm an archaeologist.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you're part of that dig downtown. Yeah, I'm part of that. We found some iridium. And she's like, iridium? What the fuck is iridium? But, she's continuing on.
And like, guys, we don't notice any of this shit, but ladies notice the details. And she's like, that necklace you have, it's beautiful. What is that?
Yeah.
And it's that fucking rock shard. We saw that fucking dino baby from the beginning. So we're like, oh my God, Daisy is that baby.
Of course. So, Luigi pipes in, "Oh, you're an orphan? I'm an orphan too."
Right. Well, when you're trying so bad with a girl, you're struggling to find any connection. So he's like, our parents are dead too.
Yeah.
Ain't that great? And then we learned. This is where I got confused. Because I was like, he's like, are they brothers? Because he's making it sound like, and it makes sense because Mario is 30 years older than Luigi.
In this movie, clearly.
That he would have found and raised Luigi. Like found him, like I said, in Spanish Harlem somewhere in a sewer. And it's like, is that a rat? Oh, it's a baby. I'm going to raise that kid. And he's going to have the most beautiful mustache.
Rat face summer. Oh, my God. And they didn't have the most beautiful mustache. No. Mario got that one wrong.
That's how disappointed Mario is in Luigi.
But
Maybe that's the whole growth, because the whole story is the growth. He matures throughout this movie. It should, at the end, he should have this bitchin' fucking mustache.
I agree with you. I would have actually liked that as an adult, maybe as a child.
3 weeks later, at the end, there's a little epilogue. He should have been working the mustache in the mirror.
Maybe him and Daniela have like 5 little reptile children.
Could be.
Because, I mean, guys, that's canon. She's a reptilian woman, so... And she would
Daisy's
have...
a reptilian, not Danielle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Luigi, so that's what I meant to say, Daisy. But does this also mean that Daisy lays eggs?
It'd have to be, yeah.
Her
She
mom
was
laid
born
her.
from an egg. Yeah. Weird.
Also, that egg was fucking 10 times the size of a baby.
Well, vagina can stretch. I've stretched a few of mine.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
This was a kid's movie, Murray.
Yeah, I know. This was the dark side that they wanted to have in the movie.
You know what's fascinating in the scene we'll get to later? There's thonged women dancing.
Yeah, strippers. They hired strippers for that thing.
Yeah. Incredible. This fucking movie is so weird. All right. So they're done with the orphan talk, and Daniela, again, just trying to step up like this. Your brother's got no fucking game at all. Let me also help. Mario and Daniela are gonna.
She wants Luigi out of the fucking apartment because she wants to move in.
Oh, that
with
could
Mario.
That could be it. Yeah,
but that's Mario's thing with all his ladies. Like, you can't come to my place
because my
Luigi,
brother. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
he likes to watch and masturbate in the closet. It's weird.
The layers here, the layers that are happening here.
Speaking of layers, she laid an egg.
So Daniela's like, girl, you're great. I love your hair. You got this awful 90s look going on. Maybe you should tit it up a little bit more. Oh, it's because you don't have a tan. I work at the tanning salon.
Right.
That's a very Italian thing, right? That's probably too Italian.
Yeah, it is. This is very Jersey Shore.
Yeah, it is. It's a little too stereotypical. So she's like, why don't I get you 10 free tans? Make sure to wear something skimpy, girl. You don't want a tan
Go
line.
naked. Yeah, she even says that. You don't want a tan line.
Take that necklace off. Oh, I'd never take the necklace off. It's like, whoa, shit, fuck, okay, whatever.
So they finish the meal,
Right.
and she's like, Mario, I want to get this guy laid as much as you do.
Yeah.
How about we take the van
Let them walk.
and let them go a little stroll?
Yeah, go on a little
They don't know where the
stroll.
fuck she lives. She could live like 10 miles from there.
Also, I mean, is Daniela this good at reading the signs that she realized that Daisy's into Luigi? Because that might have been like, Daisy might have been like, get this fucking guy away from me.
Yeah, that's what Daniela's thinking. Like, I want Luigi out of the picture. So she's just trying to hook him up with anybody.
Oh, I understand that, but yeah. So she's just like fucking
She doesn't
push him off on
care.
Daisy. Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't care is the point.
She's like, you're Daisy's problem now.
You're Daisy's problem. So they take the van, they start heading off. Our Luigi and Daisy go on a walk, and then as the van's leaving, we see the Koopa Bros.
Right. And they're like, hey, that's the girl we're looking for. But she's got dark hair. Yeah, she's in disguise, stupid.
That's right.
This also confused me, but we'll get into it when we get to it. So where do they go? They go to the dig. Because Luigi's like, hey, I like dinosaur bones too.
Yeah.
Could you show me?
Did you ever hear of this candy? Dinosaurs?
They're fucking great.
Well, do you really think it's neat that I work with dinosaurs? Yes. Go running off on a fucking date. Very.
Go to the dig site, and she's showing them around. They go down into the tunnels, like the fuck. All of a sudden, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle land.
It 1000% was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lands. These fucking tunnels were so big, just completely blown out.
And she shows him proof of reptoids.
That's right.
Because we see a lizard man, which makes no sense because they evolved in the other universe, unless this came over.
Somehow
here.
they stayed here.
Because we do learn that if you try to put the shard into the meteor, you will be fossilized.
Yes, we see that
So
at the end of the movie.
This guy got thrown into our world. He opened the portal for a second.
Maybe that's a character we see later in the movie. Maybe this time is not a flat circle.
All I know is it's like, okay, reptoids. And he's like, that's interesting.
They're having so much fun. Cut back over to Mario, dropping Daniela off. She's like, are you sure you can't come up? I'll suck your dick.
I got some pipes to clean, if you know what I mean.
We did just eat.
Maybe another
He ate
day.
14
You don't
meatballs,
want to
you
get
know.
a dick sucked on a full stomach.
Exactly.
You know what's going to happen.
Oh, my God. Yeah, oh, my God. There's just horror stories, you know?
I'm trying to say, before you get the Haktua, let your stomach settle.
Yeah, no. Never fuck on a full stomach.
All right, you might fart or something. You don't want that.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
You might shit yourself.
You can laugh it off, but yeah, you don't want that kind of situation. You want to
Right.
be able to
First day,
full mobility.
You get a salad. You don't get the heavy shit, the carbs, the
Lean.
meat. Yeah.
Lean.
Yeah.
The post sex is when you really fucking tack it on.
Right.
You know?
Because you need your
gotta
carbs.
get your energy back up.
Right.
That's when you call for the hoagies. But before that, you eat light. You get a little ice cream, you know?
Is that light?
Well, it's lighter.
Salad.
I'm not saying get like 4
Black
flurries.
Caesar salad.
Hey, we just celebrated the 100th birthday of Black Caesar salads.
I thought Julius Caesar invented them. Shouldn't it be like 2,000 years old?
Well, the weirdest thing was they're like, oh, the Caesar salad, which came up the country that it was invented in. I did not expect at all.
Where was it?
I forget. I passed by it in the morning.
I went to a fancy Italian restaurant, and I had a guy. He was like our waiter. His job was to make the Caesar salad.
Oh, yeah?
At the fucking table.
Did you like? It's like Benihana.
It was one of the best Caesar salads I ever had in my
Really?
life. Yes.
Iceberg lettuce.
It was one of those guys that like I don't even remember. I was in Canada for some reason. I don't know why, but the guy was one of those guys who worked. He was a Vinny. He like worked there forever. Like he was
Dude.
an old decrepit guy. Knew his shit. Dressed well. Italian guy.
Yeah.
Made it.
I like this.
because he didn't use anchovy paste. He used anchovies and like mashed them up and shit. and all that.
You watched this man mangle
Yes.
it,
Yeah.
and you were like, "Give me that."
He goes, that's a professional doing
Dude.
his job, and it was one of the best Caesar salads I've ever had in my life.
Man, I love that.
So.
You just brought so much joy to
I'm
my heart
trying to
with
because
this Caesar
this
salad
movie
story.
is trash.
Yeah.
So we're back at the dig site. We see in another room water just spewing out.
Yeah. Did we mention Danielle got kidnapped?
Yes,
She got kidnapped,
She got
everybody.
kidnapped by
Mario
Iggy
didn't
and
see it.
Spike, the Koopa Bros.
Because Mario's going back. He's clenching his butthole right now.
Right.
He's got to pop some meatballs out.
Yeah, you knew he was going to destroy her fucking bathroom, and there's no sex if you just
How
play.
can you have to shower for an hour
Right.
after that? You can't feel good. You need to be comfortable.
Exactly.
We need to go back to this talk.
He's putting a cork in his ass, basically. Running home.
Kids
One of the
episode.
worst feelings in the world. Having to take a shit really bad.
Oh my God, getting stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
Back in my road days, man. Oh my God, that had happened to me too many times. Because I would eat Doritos and drink Coke. That was like all I would do.
Yeah, it's not a good
No,
mix.
not at all. Flaming hot Cheetos a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
it's-
Oh my God, man.
So,
Jesus Christ. I was asking.
back
for
at the dig site, water starts spewing. These little guys scurry out. They have shirts that say Scapelli on it.
Yeah, you probably don't wear the fucking Scapelli outfits when you're doing some fucking
Well,
larceny.
it is a kids' movie, so we have to be a little silly here.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So they're like, God damn it, the Scapellis did it again.
Well-
and of course he doesn't know anything because he's guy's head in the clouds. He's never paying attention. He's an apprentice. He's a plumber.
Murray, the only thing Luigi's worried about is how do I kiss a girl? How do I hide this boner?
Right.
Because he's that level of a child.
So she's like, "You're a plumber.
I am?
I'm an apprentice. I gotta call my bro."
Just
Mario.
happens to be a phone in the fucking sewer system.
Of course there would be.
Which a minute ago, she had to leave the sewer system to find a phone.
Right. So Mario,
5 writers.
What? Mario must have been home because he doesn't have a cell phone.
That's a good point. That's a good. I mean, we did say he was going back home,
Right. So he's on the toilet.
but it's a good thing they have a phone on the toilet. Maybe Daniela called him and they were
Phone sexing.
phone sex. Is that you taking a shit? No.
So he shows up, and like the pro that he is, he's just like 16th and 2/8 inch spanner this, wrench that, and for
Hanky.
I'll give Luigi props. He at least knew the tools.
He did. This is true. By fucking measurements. He knew them in metric and standard.
Right.
I like that where we're like, we'll call our measurement standard. Fuck everybody else.
Standard for us.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
so he's just like, all right, all I had to do was like tighten 2 fucking screws. They didn't really do a good job. You should have just broken the pipes. They just loosened the pipes.
They just loosened them. That's all they did. They didn't steal anything. They didn't make it irreparable. Nothing. They just fucking turned a couple valves.
So here's where I get confused. So they were positive Daniela was Daisy in disguise. So why do they then go after Daisy?
Because they were confused. I don't know. They're supposed to be so fucking stupid, and it's also their plot device to be like, wait, why did we do this? Who cares? They're stupid.
Like they needed for some reason, because I guess Mario wouldn't want to help his brother, because I think the reason is they had to have a reason for Mario to go to Dino Hatton, because he's got to find his lost love too.
Right? Maybe.
Maybe it's somewhere in that 20 minutes of footage we'll never get to see.
Yeah. Good call. Good call. You know, now I'm really
Vinegar Syndrome.
What,
You know the 20 minutes is all about sex.
That's right.
That's what you guys are about. Overpriced sex, but sex all the same.
Overpriced, yeah. We'll do the commentary over it. We'll explain all the motivation and everything.
So while they're finishing up cleaning their pipes out, Koopa Brothers grab Daisy and they take her to like it looked like something out of the Goonies. All of a sudden, they're in the cave system with like a fucking river, like 20 feet below them.
Yes, there was giant chasms and everything that they were skirting down. These were not part of the excavation tunnel system. This was just for, how the land formation was here. And so they're spelunking.
There's like a little ledge, like there always is, and they're crawling across it. And then we hear Daisy talking, like, Luigi, save me! Where are you, Daisy?
Oh, I was asking, is there CGI in this movie?
Yeah.
Here's where we had some
we get
awful
some very
CGI.
crude,
Yeah.
early 90s CGI of her face made out of rocks coming out of the side.
Yeah,
of
like Pink Floyd's The Wall when he's stretching his face out. And
it's like, Daisy! It's like, save me, Luigi!
he reaches out to her and rips her necklace off.
This is what, I mean, the face is giant.
Yes.
So I'm assuming it was just a manifestation, but no, it's got to be her face because she's got the necklace.
Did you? Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So why wasn't it just a normal size face and like she's trying to get out? Because this is the portal to Dino Hatton.
Yeah, I think
dinosaur version of Man Hatton.
I like what you did there. You got to point that out.
You ever had Dino Hatton chowder? It's some of the best shit.
Dude, I don't know if it's lizard or if it's something.
Turtles.
It's turtles?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Turtle soup.
Turtle soup. Turtle chowder.
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 So he reaches out to kiss her because he's such a loser, and he snags on her necklace and pulls it off.
Yeah, I did like he. Oh, man. Did you notice they did the thing?
Which makes me think that you would need the necklace to get through.
I thought that was the bit. I thought
Yeah.
Mario was going to try to go through it and get knocked back.
That's exactly what I thought.
I thought there was
Yeah.
something with the necklace that allowed them to go through, but no.
Yeah.
Again, we're just
Weege
tossing.
says anything's possible in Ouija's world. So he
Yeah.
just leaps in.
Yeah, it's just the MacGuffin being passed.
He
here
goes
and
through. Mario's like, mamma mia, what am I supposed to do?
Do I go? Do I stay? I don't know.
Should I stay or should I go now? Starts singing some Clash. And he leaps. He takes the leap of faith himself. And
Mario trips into it.
And they fall down this giant chasm with some more bad CGI.
That's
This
right.
kind of hellscape they're going through. And they wind up in Dino Hatton.
That's
We
right.
see the World Trade Center of Dino Hatton being built because one of them's under construction, or maybe in their world the planes hit in '93. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
10 years earlier,
they built it pretty
1991.
quick back. Built it up pretty quickly though.
Yeah, and so he's like, "Where am I?" If this was an accurate movie, that's how he'd say it.
That's
He's
how-
like, Where am I? Hey, oh.
Hi, I'm Bob. So we're watching. They're immediately on their heels, even though they went through, seconds ago. They should have a little bit of a head start.
Like
they
I
know
said,
the
breakneck
territory.
pace.
Yeah.
Boring as fuck, but breakneck boring.
Oh my god, just bizarre as fuck. Bizarre as fuck.
So we're in a world, ugly, obvious set, nothing real about it. We learn that all of their vehicles are powered bumper car style.
It's cable car system.
No, it's bumper car because it's got the electric grid like a bumper car has, and
That's
you
what
have
I mean
like
by cable cars because it's connected to.
But they're not connected to a cable. It's like a bumper car in that there's a little like thing that touches the electrical grid to make it move.
To make it move, yeah.
So that's weird.
It's so fucking weird. It's like
It seems very complicated. I mean, it's just how dumb dinosaurs are.
I wish this movie weren't so bad because all the shit in it is so weird and yet it's still so boring.
So
It is a mind fuck
All right,
of a movie.
I mean, some people believe this, not me, that we came from primates. We came from apes. So in this world, God made us, for Christ's sakes.
Are we going to do a good
It's just on the
Christian movie
Bible.
soon?
Well, it depends.
After this heathen of a movie?
Well, Griff, so in this world they believe in evolution, which shows how evil this world is. But it's a bizarre. I mean, I guess because the whole argument is evolution can't exist because why do we still have monkeys?
Right.
Because in their world we still have dinosaurs, but they're like rats.
Yes.
Like instead of rats, they have little dinosaurs,
They had,
velociraptors.
they had tiny dinosaurs. We do get to see Yoshi. Yoshi's a
we
bigger
have
dinosaur.
people that are a hybrid mix of dino and human.
Yes.
And then we have human-looking people.
You get the full spectrum. Like
So
you
this
get,
is a weird kind of evolution. Like it would almost be like if Cro-Magnon men still existed with us.
Yes, good call. I don't know if this is part of Koopa's devices that we're going to get into in a little bit here.
Yeah, because they're
King
super
Koopa.
advanced, apparently.
Not Bowser.
In some world, not their cars, they're super backwards, but they're super advanced in other aspects.
Hey, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Look, God damn, this fucking movie is so weird. It's so weird. All right, they catch sight. They see Daisy being taken off in one of those taxis on the fucking bumper car grid system. This is Elon's fucking future. Yeah. This is what Elon wants.
Grids all like 10 feet above.
Yeah, this is what he wants. You know what? It reminded me of one of those Highlander movies where there was just a train in the middle of the town.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I think they use the same set.
Same set.
It's
just they draped it with boogers and shit.
Yeah.
Because this is when I was a child and I saw this movie, one of the things they do, because guess what, everybody? It's called the Mushroom Kingdom. That's the world Mario lives in. It looks identical to our world, but for the city, they said, we need to make it look like God blew out some fucking boogers
and they
everywhere.
mention constantly there's fungus growing all over the city.
And when you're a kid, you don't pick up on that little context. I wasn't thinking about that kind of thing. It's
Well, there's a disturbing scene later on.
Oh, there's so many. It's the scene that made me cry.
And by fungus, I mean like just like sheets of rubber with holes in them.
Yes, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God.
All right.
It's like a jizz
now we
sock.
see in the back Koopa for president, and we see Dennis Hopper kissing a baby.
Oh,
It says, make Dino Hatton great again.
Oh my God. I saw a black on black Make America Great Again hat today. And I was like, I wonder if that guy didn't want to be too obvious about his. Because you're in downtown Detroit. It's not going to be very popular to wear that hat down there. Yeah. Contrary to what some people might say.
Cut 2. This is our big bad King Koopa. Really, Bowser. It's played by Dennis Hopper. Like I said, he's got that strange gelled cornrow hair going on.
I love. This is very much. I forget his name. Plays Bison in our Street Fighter movie.
Raul Julia.
I feel like he brought something to this. I was
it's
entertained.
called I Need to Check.
I know,
Bad.
but he. I liked his scenes. Murray. And
he's letting us know his motivation right off the bat. He's like, we've been here 65 million years, man. I'm sick of this shit. Our world is the Earth.
Yeah.
And we're going to reclaim it, Planet of the Apes style.
Yeah, he was saying, I hate this fucking Earth. He's a dictator. He rules this fucking world.
How is he a dictator? We obviously have democracy. We have fair elections.
Yeah, it's a Putin-level dictator or democracy down there. But he's like, I got to get back up there. I don't want any more of this fucking bumper car bullshit. I want clean air. I want clean water. I want fucking humans.
Wow. See, that's how bizarro this world is. The conservative guys admitting that they have pollution.
Yeah.
And then something needs to be done about it.
Jesus Christ.
I want clean coal, man.
I need that clean
Just
coal.
put clean in front of a fossil fuel and it just makes it clean, man.
That's it. That's all you do. Run it under a cold
And he's got his lady, Lena, redhead, so you know she's a sociopath.
Well,
that's what I love. Like, it's just like I don't need her backstory. I see red hair. I go, she's crazy.
She's got that. They did that style with her hair too. That reminded me of Roger
I've never heard of
Klotz.
this woman. I've seen this woman everywhere now.
Okay.
Like 30 years ago, I never knew who the hell this woman was. She's been in a bunch of shit lately.
They also put her in a very tight dress.
She's very dominatress.
Oh my god,
Like,
she will walk on your face with some heels on.
yeah, which we'll see later on.
Yeah, we do actually see that later on.
So
This is a kink movie.
all right. Is this a scene where he's putting his hands in the melted wax? Like, I was like, what is going on? He has like these pools. It's like melted wax, and he puts his hand, and he covers his hands with wax.
Maybe I didn't write it in the notes. I don't know. But yes, there is the scene where Koopa's thing is he's sick of this dirty fucking world.
Germphobic, like
yeah.
a certain great president we have.
Certain. And yeah, he's dipping them in there. Have you ever done this?
No, why would I do that?
My mom worked for rich people for a while. She would just clean houses because that's how you exist in middle trash. It's like you have to do fucking odd jobs so you can actually take your kids to go see a fucking movie.
Right.
And so she helped out this rich woman, and she would just throw everything away, as rich people do. They're like, "What? Who
I just
cares?"
had that experience yesterday.
Yeah. And so
That woman did have a woman like your mom whose job was to
just be there, do
Yeah.
everything, personal assistant almost.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
This is how we exist, people. Middle trash.
Yeah. This is our station in life.
Yes. But they had this little apparatus, this little machine, and it would warm up wax, and you would put your hand in it, and she just gave it to us. And so we
I didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah,
So
we had it for a while.
What's the point of it?
It's supposed to clean your hands off because it's supposed to it's
You
warm,
think it would
it's
rip
hot.
the hair off your hand?
No, well, I didn't have hair back then. I was like 8, 9, 10. And so, yeah, you put your hands in and then you peel it off. It's very satisfying. It's incredibly satisfying.
It's like kids who would put Elmer's glue on their hand, peel it off.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Really dumb, but yeah.
Really dumb, but
Pre-internet, that's what we did, people. Put glue on our hands. So
I even did that.
They're like, Koopa's come in. They're like, we got that Daisy broad you've been looking for. Where's the necklace, man?
That's all I wanted was the necklace. Necklace? I told you to get it. Well, I told you to get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Constantly slapping each other. Very Three Stooges.
Right.
Two Stooges. And so, of course, the Mario brother,
No,
the
he says
plumbers.
Because they said this in IMDb. They're never called by the bad guys Mario or Luigi. Those
Yes.
the plumbers.
Plumbers.
Or the brothers.
Yes.
Plumbers have it, man. So he puts out an announcement. Like, and this is a nice little touch to back to the video game. Like 2,000 Koopa coins, which are the coins we get in the fucking game, to whoever finds the plumbers.
All right, so now we're back on the streets with the plumbers, and they're just trying to exist in this mad world. This isn't Brooklyn. It looks like it could be downriver, bro.
They happen upon a kindly old lady and ask for her help.
That's right.
And she's like, did she ask, like, you have a gun or something
Yeah,
like that?
she stops them. She's like, "Oh, you poor boys. Are you okay out here? You seem lost." And they're like, "Yeah, we're doing okay. We're just trying to figure out where our friend is." "Oh, okay. Well, do you have a weapon on you?" "No, why would we have a weapon on us?" "Good." And she fucking sticks him up.
Right.
She's got like a lightning rod or something.
It was some kind of weird stunt, like cattle prod type
cattle
thing.
prod.
And she's like,
My favorite weapon in the Mario series, by the way, the cattle prod.
give me all your shit, motherfuckers! And then a very large rotund, they say in the
Rotund,
movie,
yes.
black woman shows up.
With very dominatrix outfit on,
Yeah,
too.
very spikes on her boobs and everything.
Spikes on boots, big old boots, yeah.
And she, like, grabs a lady by her ankles and is, like, shaking her.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, she's a good guy. She's taking care of the fucking menace white woman.
Right. And she drops the necklace, and Bertha, that's her character's name, the rotund black woman, picks up the necklace, and they're like, hey, thanks for getting our necklace back. This is my necklace, motherfucker.
She fucking puts it in her mouth and sucking on it, drops it in between her cleavage. Come and get it.
And then she's got little rocket boots on.
That's right.
Sure.
They'll come back up later.
Which are from the game.
No, not even fucking close.
But we know in the Mario Brothers game, he can jump very high.
Exactly.
So this is their way of showing, like,
Yeah.
they're not. What the fuck are they? Are they you? Because sometimes they're like rocket boots, so you can fly with them, and sometimes it's just, you can jump with them.
Yeah, they're like the spring boots sometimes, but then they also have canisters you actually have to put in them to rocket away. And you can either jump really high or hover sometimes.
Right.
There's no consistency.
She jumps really high, lands down and says, "Come and get it, sucker," and takes off.
So our boys are licking their wounds. They're like, "Oh man, this woman just came. We got robbed by an old woman, and we're getting fun. This is awful." And then they happen on what is supposed to be the character Toad from the game. You know, the little guy with the toadstool head or whatever.
Played by
Oh shit.
Mojo Nixon.
Oh, who's that?
If you don't have Mojo Nixon, your store could use some fixing, as
Oh.
the Dead Milkman said.
Dead Milkman.
Mojo Nixon, as he even describes in the IMDb trivia about him, they wanted Tom Waits.
Oh my god.
And then Mojo Nixon says, "I'm a fucking low-budget version of Tom Waits.
Okay.
So hire me." Only song I know, I think he actually recently died. I think he died last year, Mojo Nixon. He had the song "Elvis Is Everywhere." It's the only song I know about Mojo. But
Is he
he's
actually
kinda-
in the Dead Milkman or
No.
Okay.
He was just mentioned in the song "Punk Rock Girl."
Oh,
By
Punk
the
Rock
Dead.
Girl. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
no, that doesn't sound like that at all. And so it's not Punk Rock Girl.
Am I thinking of a Pavement song? I am
It's
thinking
Punk
of a
Rock Girl, you look so nice.
I'm thinking of a Pavement song.
Yeah, well, yeah. And he goes, "If you don't got Mojo Nixon, then you start good. You start fixing." So maybe we'll open with that. And so, or maybe we'll play it right now. That's what we'll say. That's what Toad is playing.
You know what? We're just gonna play Tush again. That song has been in my head for the whole week.
By the way, we mentioned in one of our openings, I don't think the opening you got, we opened with Tush because we only got a little bit of Tush, and we wanted more Tush.
We wanted more
from
Tush.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
We
in
were
that
just
movie.
driving back to my house.
So if you're
together.
wondering, why are we playing Tush?
Because Jean-Claude gives us the glutes.
Yeah.
He gives us the butt every movie except that one. He gave us that side butt.
Anyway, Toad is one of those guys that plays like an acoustic guitar with a harmonica on the side of the street begging for money.
Oh yeah, but he's got like short hair, but he's buzzed. He spiral into it.
Yeah, just like from the video
Just
game.
like from the video game. But we're living in a fascist dino Hatton here. So the police roll up, "No singing!" And they bust up his guitar and everything. Mario, being Mario, you know, arbiter of peace, he's just like, "Whoa, this guy's just singing a song. What are we fucking doing here?" And he's like, "What? Plumbers?"
Well, like, who do you think you are? We're just plumbers. Plumbers!
You wouldn't happen to be brothers, would you?
And they're arrested and thrown in the little
Cable or bumper car?
bumper car.
Yeah. So now we're going to be taking the bumper car in.
Daisy, what's she up to? Well, she gets tossed in the old Morton Joe harem that Koopa has, where he has all his Jersey hoes at.
These are all Jersey hoes. You got all flavors of the Bronx and Brooklyn, and these are all the
So-
missing girls in the newspaper.
Right.
We
Well,
saw.
they're all from Brooklyn, except one is from the Bronx or Queens. I
Okay.
forget. There's a joke later on.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's where Daisy is. And she bumps into Danielle. She's like, "Daniela."
Right. And so we get the fact that those two are together because that's important.
So remember, this is
A
painful
kid's
it is
movie.
to say. It's a kids movie. So we get some slapstick driving where and like, there's no brakes on these cars either.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There
Because we
was
just
no
have
brakes.
little like elastic bands that catch the fucking.
This is where it gets into kind of the Roger Rabbit world, where it's just like anything can go. We're gonna splat against the wall, accordion, and then put our thumb in our mouth and re-inhale ourselves. But the band stops them. They're pulled up. There's prostitutes everywhere in the bullpen.
Did you see they're not everywhere, but there was a scene. The guy, whoever that guy is at the front desk. I don't know what the proper.
Yeah,
name
I don't
of
know that
guy's.
name either.
There was like a foot, like a woman's foot, like on his shoulder or something. It was some weird kind of S&M type shit going on.
This movie, I don't know how it's as boring as it is with as much weird
So
shit
he's like
happening.
sucking on some toes, and he's like, "What do you guys want?" You
Right.
know,
Oh, my
like-
God.
So we get the whole.
Mario
What's your
Brothers,
name?
Yeah. Well, he's Mario, and I'm Luigi Mario. We're the Mario Brothers.
Can't have two first names. That's
The fuck is
crazy.
this? Well, that's how our parents named us.
So much like in real prison, they get deloused, they get their dicks defumigated, the crabs are falling off.
That's right. And then they get thrown into a little dog cage together.
well, no, first they get thrown in like it looks like what do you call it? What do you call? They line up people to shoot them. What's that? Firing squad.
Firing squad, yeah.
And we're like, oh my god, they're gonna kill them because there's laser scopes. And we know
Oh,
laser scopes.
yeah.
That's death. No, that's just how they shoot the mugshots.
That's right. That's how they do the mugshots, and then they're thrown into their tiny dog crates.
This is very Judge Dredd, like iso cubes, or very ice, if you will.
Very ice,
which
yeah.
Hopefully next year is coming back. We're gonna have
Oh,
more
my God.
children taken away from their parents and
Think
put into cages.
about all the problems that are going to be solved as soon as we start
Yeah.
putting them in cages again. I mean, we get to
they're
fentanyl's
not-
over.
Yeah.
Rat Boy Summer's over.
M16, whatever
M16's
whatever that group's
over.
called.
MS-13. Yeah, think about it's all over.
So look, we know the whole meteor theory, but our boys, the Mario Brothers, don't. So Toad's got to fill him in because he's in the cage next to him.
That's right. You have to be an artist to really understand this, to stretch your mind.
Because they're like, where the fuck are... Apparently everyone in Dinotopia knows about our world, but they don't know. We don't know about theirs.
That's so fucking weird. Yeah, how does that happen? Because Toad seems to trial the megahertz here. He just kind of not Toad, Koopa, King Koopa. He just kind of seems to go wherever he wants.
Toad explains about we're in another alternate dimension because of the meteor that allegedly killed the dinosaurs.
Right.
And in this world, King Koopa is our devolved leader.
Our de-evolved leader.
So now our bros are brought in. They're thinking they're talking to their lawyer, and
Right.
it's King Koopa.
I mean, there's so many parallels to our dimension, so they're like, yeah, we want our fucking lawyer. They got our lawyer. And he's in a suit and everything. He's got
Right.
sweet fucking hair.
Right. And he's just like feeling them out, wanting to get the information from them about where this necklace is.
That's right. You guys really don't want to meet the leader of this world. King Koopa, that
Dangerous man, he'll kick your fucking ass.
guy, he'll ham it up with you. But he won't drink hams. He only drinks Paps. Blue Ribbon. He's trying to keep it under wraps. And he
You
starts...
see any, I don't know, rock shard, like a
Maybe some kind of rock. Yeah, just anything like that. And Luigi's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like a meteorite or something? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
And he's like, we're getting nowhere. Stun gun these motherfuckers. Tasers. And
Yeah.
They start tasering Luigi. Cattle prodding his dick.
That's right. And then he's got to go over to his goons. And you notice Dennis is always Koopa, always holding King Koopa, always holding his hands kind of up like he's still a T-Rex.
Yeah.
He was always doing that. So he goes
Do you
over.
think they brought in Drago for that? Like,
Dude, I kept thinking it.
I got to check the credits to see if hand consultant Billy Drago.
Billy
was in
Drago.
there, yeah.
Guys, if you watch some of our favorite old movies and you go through the credits, I know, boring. There's no scene at the end of it. You'll
Apparently there was a scene at the end of this that I didn't watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. But yeah, you will see Billy Drago as a hand consultant.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets his hand sanitized by one of his boys. Comes over with the wipes.
That's why nobody has the C word in Dino Hatton.
They didn't get affected by it at all.
Yeah.
It's true.
They just have the fungus.
They just have the fungus.
So yeah, he's just Koopa's like cut to the chase. He's like, I tried to fucking like get it out of you. Now I'm just gonna torture you.
Now I'm just gonna torture you. I'm gonna show you what happens when people don't Koopa-operate, because he's King Koopa.
There you go.
Yeah.
So they're in this chamber, the de-evolution chamber. We see Toad is strapped to a chair, and this is where we get some another great early '90s CGI work.
Yes.
Something like there's like a helmet thing that goes over his head, and we're seeing inside the helmet at his face. This is a button that says "Evolve, De-Evolve." And you just change it. You know,
It's a knob that turns on or off.
goes to 11, of course.
Of
the
course.
most evolved.
Yes.
And they turn it down, and they start. And we also see like these creatures. They're called in the movie Goombas. Griff, explain what is a Goomba?
So you probably remember the short little guys that are basically a awkward dickhead with little boots.
They're a critter.
That scooter around.
Krites, if you will.
Mario is supposed to be 4'10". He's a short king, and yet these Goombas are shorter than him. So what
Is
do
that Mario's official height? 4'10"?
Yeah, 4'10", and then Luigi
I
is
know.
5'8".
I like Luigi. I don't like Mario anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? Neither do I. I get it. So yeah, that's it. They're small. They're tiny. They're little tiny fucking creatures. For some reason, in this movie, they have decided that Goombas need to be 14 foot tall, broad-shouldered, fucking M. Bison, like SS suit wearing, shoulder spike epaulets, whole fucking outfit with tiny little lizard heads. That's a Goomba. This is nightmare fuel. I still have nightmares about these guys.
So this is how Koopa supplies his army. He devolves criminals into more pliable Koopas. Because when they have the little brains, you can tell them what to do.
That's right. They even show. They don't just tell us that. They show us that later with the Koopa brothers.
Right. We even see like a little like readout on the machine, the brain like shrinking.
Yeah, the
head
brain
shrinking,
sides.
you know?
Yeah.
And yes, so we see a toad face with bad CGI turn into a lizard, tiny lizard face.
He comes out, and they do give him.
And there's two different kinds. There's the one that has the long, like dinosaur snout, and then there's the one like Toad is, where it's just like a flat face.
Yes, he had a flat face, but they had to do that because they weren't. He's cruel, but he's not super cruel. Because he still wanted Toad to be able to play his harmonica.
Right.
His little Bob Dylan around the shoulder harmonica so he can lean into it.
So basically, the only reason that's there, so we go, oh, that's Toad.
That's Toad.
Yeah.
All right. So again, the boys are going to be, our bros are going to be threatened. You're going to get fucking in there unless you tell me where the
Give me that
meteorite is.
rock, man! Fuck you! We're New Yorkers! They grab fucking Koopa, throw him in the chair, because the chair's like for some reason it's on a track where he has to go backwards.
Yeah, it's very Time Cop, where it's like the machines make no sense. So yeah, they strap him in, they push him back, his head pops into the Total Recall fucking de-evolution machine. So much sci-fi
He
happening
gets turned
here.
off after a few seconds, so he's slightly de-evolved, meaning his eyes turn to lizard eyes for 1 second.
1 second, that's it, and then he pops back out. This is not microwave timing. This is fucking. I didn't know there was so much sci-fi in Mario.
So they go running. They're out like where the cages are, and there's, like I said, there's fungus everywhere. And hanging from one of the fungus is
A little creature they call a bob-omb. Bob-omb. You're supposed to say it kind of fast because obviously it's stupid if you say bob-omb. Bob-omb. And this is what's also funny to me.
okay.
Because it's the size of a fucking quarter machine little toy.
Yeah, it's the old-fashioned cartoon bomb where it's a circle with a wick on the end.
And then it's got a clock crank on the back,
Yeah,
and
it's
got
like a
the
little
two.
toy.
It's got the little 2 feet that go over each other. Why is this so small? These bombs in the games are the size of the Mario Brothers, but they decided no, they should be fucking microscopic almost. They're so small.
I believe it's a gag because even though they're
How
everyone
powerful.
acts like they're nuclear bombs. They're really not that powerful.
Yeah.
But
They really did sell the fuck out of that for it to just be a fucking what does Jim like to say, a pillow fart or something like that?
a popcorn fart.
Popcorn fart.
So it's almost like the fungus is talking to them, like, use this, but they ignore it.
Right.
But Luigi does. Luigi's like, maybe the fungus is trying to tell us something.
I think this fungus is trying to
What are
tell
you
us something.
talking about? It's fucking fungus.
We got to get on these zip lines, and they're
There happens to be a zip line right next to the cages, and they go sliding down. And so, okay, we all know fireballs are an important part of the Mario Brothers games, too. You got to jump over them, you got to duck them. So
and you use them.
in their version, it's just they have flamethrower guns, but they try to give the illusion of fireballs by firing it and then like getting off the trigger, so it's just a spurt of fire.
Yes, exactly.
So that's their way of showing fireballs.
Right. So we got fires going off. We're going down the zip lines. We end up back in the police garage where, of course, there's still more of those bumper cars waiting around. So they're going to hack into it. You know, they're
Right.
just going to...
There's 50 million gear shifts on this thing.
Right.
But Mario, he just intuitively knows how to work.
Mario doesn't know how it works. Luigi knows how it works. And he goes, how do
Why?
you know how it works? I used to hell. I play a lot of video games.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible as well. But it's the video games.
So we get another slapstick chase. We get a scene where normally you just have a head-on collision, but no, the Mario Brothers car flies on top of another car.
Yeah.
And we're getting like fucking yakety sax playing.
Classic. They get surrounded by two cars. They hit the brakes. The two cars hit
Malachi
each other.
Crunch.
The Malachi Crunch is in there. Fonz jumps in there. He's got a tiny little reptile head, but great hair. You can never take the Fonz's hair away.
So they're like, hey, we need to find the Holland Tunnel, the Dino Holland Tunnel.
Right.
And so
Luigi gives them the bait and switch where he's like, yeah, go right here.
Call back to earlier.
Yeah, and then Mario goes, I thought you told me to go right there. This is the wrong location. This is actually where I wanted you to go, but I told you the wrong thing, so you go the right way that I wanted you to go. And it's like, fuck, are we in goddamn Alice in Wonderland now? What the fuck is this?
They are in a tunnel that's not finished. It says a sign, do not go unfinished tunnel.
Don't go 55.
They go out, they fly out the tunnel into the Kupahari Desert.
I like that. That's a fun play on words.
And they go, oh shit, because they're gonna crash, but no, the fungus grabs the car and bungee jumps it towards it, so they're like 5 feet off the ground.
But here's where it gets smart. They can't drive the car anymore
Yeah.
because there's no bumper car system over here.
Right.
They're in the desert alone on foot. And you know, this is always a landscape of the Mario games, is the desert.
And Luigi's like, look, the fungus saved us. I saved us. What are you talking about?
Always got to have credit. All right. King Koopa and Lena. This is the first time we see... No, second time we see Lena, I think. And again, just poured into that skimpy little dress,
Well, they're
tits
naked.
everywhere.
They're in a fucking mud bath.
Oh, this is the mud bath scene. Oh, I love mud. So they're talking over their evil plans and everything. I need you to go get Princess Daisy for me.
And he's like, I love mud. Mud is so dirty and yet so clean.
Man,
And then he just basks in the mud.
I know it's shit, but it's just like Bison and Street Fighter. He worked it out. Hopper's great here.
So after he gets his mud bath, he calls in Iggy and Spike the Koopa Bros.
Yeah, he's still
yelling at them like, how did they get away, man?
Yeah, we know they're in the desert. Well, why aren't you chasing after them? And Koopa decides, you guys are fucking too stupid for this mission.
Well, I think at first he kind of implies you need to be punished. And so we're like, holy shit, they're going to de-evolve these guys.
Yeah.
But no, he's like, Spike goes in first, and Iggy's like, oh no, I'm going to miss you, bro. And then we do the machine thing.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he looks exactly like he did before.
Right. And they're like, oh, okay, I don't have a tiny little dinosaur head. And then he looks up
And
at
he goes,
King Koopa.
he looks at King Koopa, he goes, turpidity. And we're like, oh my God, this guy's a genius. He used the word turpidity.
Hello to my benevolent dictator. And he says it with a Frasier accent. He turned into Frasier Crane.
Anybody want some salad and scrambled eggs?
Oh, toss salad? Is there any other? So now we got to send the other brother through.
Right. So they've been evolved, people. It goes both ways.
Murray, would you say they went woke?
Sounds like it's later on, yeah.
Yeah, they went woke.
Which is why you need to keep the populace dumb.
Yeah, exactly. The message of this movie is, if you're going to be a fucking, Putin leader, you got to keep your population stupid.
Look, man, if you blow it, I'm going to kill you next time. Go get those plumbers. All right. So now Lena, she goes to Daisy. 'Cause remember, he told her to go get the princess.
That's right.
She tarts her up, makes her look slutty like her.
Immediately recognizes Daisy amongst all the princesses that have been stolen or captured and everything. It's just, you got those eyes. She reads eyes.
Yeah.
Of course she does. Takes her in, dresses her up, got to hoe her up, toss the hair up a little bit.
Tells her that you're from this world. Your mother, in fact, was a very important person, and she smuggled you out.
You may find this to be a little fucking weird. You were birthed out of an egg, like a giant fucking egg. They should have had Birdo in this.
And she mentions the rock, and that you need. They have the meteorite that caused the dinosaurs to go, quote unquote, extinct. We know they're in another alternate dimension.
Right.
And there's just one shard missing. If you plug it in, somehow the meteorite, it's a magical meteorite.
Yeah, completes the circle. And once the circle is complete, you can just traverse between the worlds.
Yeah.
Even though we just saw they could just plop right through. Koopa went through earlier.
I thought they dropped the idea and then they throw it away. I thought the idea was they meld the worlds together, merge the worlds together.
Should we play that song now too? I Stop the World to Melt with You?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's supposed to be they merge the worlds.
Yeah. I think that's the only way that really makes sense. But obviously,
which is implying that this is in a way a bizarro world in that there is a version of Koopa in our Donald Trump in our world.
Yeah. Scapelli.
Everybody has Scaramouche, the guy that worked for Trump.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same name.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
So yeah, so she's filling in. She's doing an exposition dump for Daisy.
Yeah, telling her you are actually the only person. Oh well, King Koopa believes you are the only person capable of plugging in the final shard and merging the worlds. All right, back to our boys. They're just lost in the desert. They're going crazy. A Yoshi with no name. You gotta appropriate it here. These are quick cuts, people, so sorry. We're going back over to King Koopa, who's got... Now, he's got a super scope right now. Did you know about the super scope?
No, but they did say that 90B.
Okay, good. They just painted it all one color, but it is a super... This is a good little way to introduce a prop from, like, actual video game. But he...
Talking to the police chief.
It literally looks like a cop.
And the cop says that they finally made de-evolution guns for all the Goombas.
Right.
So they don't need the contraption.
Have they been doing target practice on cans out back? Well, of course, sir.
And he's like, well, what would happen if we hit one of those plumbers? Well, they would turn into apes.
Or yeah, he's like they would de-evolve. Oh, yeah, remind me, what did the apes evolve from? Something or what did the humans evolve? It's something disgusting, right? Apes, or it was apes. It's like, that is Hopper again, just chewing it up. I loved it.
So now that she's all tarted up, she's ready to meet King Koopa. So he rolls
Daisy.
He rolls into Daisy's room, and we see that there's a little dinosaur, Yoshi from the
This is
video game.
yeah, they do name drop here because at this point Super Mario World had to be out because Yoshi gets in. Oh, maybe Yoshi. Anyways, Yoshi, the dinosaur.
Is Yoshi just a dinosaur in the thing, or can he talk?
Yoshi is actually a dinosaur in the Mario canon. Yoshi does not talk. All it does is stick its tongue out. It wears little boots, and it's adorable.
So this is canon. This is one thing they got right.
It's almost canon. Yeah, they pretty much got it right.
Which, like I said, there's this. Well, I guess it makes sense because there's people who have like chimpanzees as pets. So even though they're kind of evolutionary related, I guess it's okay that you would have a dinosaur on a leash.
Yoshi technically would be this like as big as people. It's a horse basically. It's as big as a human. It's got a little saddle. So, anyways, so everyone's telling her like, be careful about that Yoshi, that dinosaur Yoshi there. It'll fuck you up. But Daisy, she reads eyes. She also is reptilian herself, so she's like, I can tell. This is a fucking bleeding heart right here.
He wants to be free. He's not a leash.
Yeah, she wants to be a free man, a free Yosh, a free dinosaur.
He's not a number. He's a free man.
Is there an Iron Maiden equivalent in Dino Hatton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have a great pun. You just threw that at me.
I know. It's fine.
See, this is called improv, people. No script. I don't have a fucking joke lined up that feeds to me. I don't fucking... You come up with the joke.
Please send us
Come
in
up
your
with
jokes.
best dino-related Iron
That actually,
Iron Megalodon?
that could be kind of fun. Yeah.
So,
Fossil,
he's kind of creeping out.
Fossil Father. Is that an Iron Maiden? Fossil Father? No. Okay. Okay.
Still,
Okay.
Iron Megalodon. We're going with that right now.
You're going. Oh, yours. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
It's awful too. All right. Daisy gets her chance to learn about her father from King Koopa. Trying to, at least. But King Koopa, he's
Did
just...
you reveal that he had him devolve to fungus?
Does he mention it right here? I don't think he does. But what he is doing is fucking creeping on her so hard. What do we know about King Koopa so far? He loves mud. He loves clean. He loves clean mud. He loves Pabst Blue Ribbon. So he's walking in here. He's sniffing her. He's just like, oh, my God, you got it. Oh,
Feeling her hair, sniffing it.
it's incredible because he's combining our awful recent old presidents. Because he Bidens her. He gets in that hair, just breathes it in, loses a couple hairs into his nostrils.
And he has a mushroom dick.
And he's got a mushroom dick, much like Trump. But then he's got that problem, too, with the germophobia. Because he's looking down at her hands, and he's like, you're so clean, my lady. And Dennis, again, getting way too into this. And I loved it.
Flicks the lizard tongue at her.
You'll never forget the first time you went full lizard.
Once you go lizard, baby, you never gizzard. I don't know.
Thank you.
Back to the desert. Koopas have a little, like, fucking Furiosa vehicle, and they're getting ready to capture our boys, and they immediately fall off a cliff into a mud pit.
That's right. Even though they're highly intelligent woke now, they still can't figure out trepidity.
Well, they can't figure out manual.
Oh, it was a stick shift? Yeah, that makes sense. It's actually an automatic in Dino Hatton.
So they get captured by our boys. So they land in a mud pit. Like, help us, please! We're sinking in the quicksand. So their boys help them, tie them up.
Yeah, that's right. They start asking about The Rock, not the wrestler, but The Rock. Everyone's the MacGuffin.
Like, why do we need this rock? Well, I'll tell you, my dear boy. We need the rock to create to merge our two worlds. And then they're like, okay, so now they know.
They got King Koopa's whole motivation.
And they're like, yeah, but how did he get through to begin with? Scapelli had to have done it. Why?
Why exactly? What? How does this traverse between the dimensions work?
And they're like, well, you guys have the shard, right? Well, Luigi, not really. A big, rather rotund African-American lady. Fuck it. That's gotta be Big Bertha. That's the only black person in this movie.
It actually is.
And she loves subs. And I don't mean the sandwich.
And guys, this is what the Koopa brothers are telling us. I know exactly where she hangs out. Are you guys willing to be cool bros now? Because we're bros too. Yeah, we'll be cool bros. We'll help you out. I'm not kidding. They actually do. They're friends now from ever.
They go to the Pain and Ecstasy. What was the S&M club from Obsession?
Oh, dude. Pain and Ecstasy. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was Pain and Ecstasy. That sounds right. It works for us. All right. We get the Daisy getting friendly with Yoshi.
You're not so bad after all. And she's petting him and all that shit.
Right. Our bros are hatching their plan with the Koopa bros, and they're, figuring out they're going to get back to the city, how they're going to get back to the city.
Go to the garbage dump.
This is where they jump another. This came in Super Mario 2, which was not designed as a Super Mario Brothers game. They bought out the rights for another video game. Did you know that about Super Mario 2?
I know nothing about Super Mario Brothers.
So that was a completely different game. Super Donkey Club no, that's a different game. But it was a completely different game. Nintendo bought the rights to it and just put Mario like pastiche over everything, and it became Mario 2. Shy Guys were introduced into that game, and that's what I think these guys are supposed to be, is Shy Guys.
They're just like weird gas masks.
Exactly. That's the only way you would know them. But again, the Shy Guys in real life, they try to live action this, fucking like Goomba sized, tiny little things.
So they use the only tools they know, plumbing tools. So we get a thing where I'm assuming Mario asphyxiates somebody with a plunger. He's
Yep.
on his face.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The gag where he pulls it off, he's pulling his face.
That's right.
They dress up like the Shy Guys and they drive back to Dino Hatton.
All right. So, and then now that we're in the city, again, breakneck fucking speed, man. We got no time to waste here. So they are already arriving at Pain and Ecstasy, and they.
Night at the Pain and Ecstasy. What is love? Baby, no. They're wearing the suits those guys wore.
Murray, this is a stupid movie. Make your own rules for this fucking movie. Why are they not wearing red and green suits? First of all, one is wearing a red suit. It is not Mario.
Because we can't have good and nice things.
What the fuck? This is a layup. No.
Saving it for the big moment 15 minutes later.
Yeah. They decided that Mario should be wearing mustard yellow. And
Hot color in 93.
was it?
Very hot.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
hate that color, but it was hot in that era.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then you got Luigi, of course, wearing ketchup red.
So they're
Gagging on the
they're
Koopa.
blending in.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, women with G-strings, strippers everywhere.
It's incredible. It is a fucking S&M bar. We're in an S&M bar now.
And Bertha is the bouncer for they do a little gag where they they go to the coat check girl and they put their tool belts.
That's
there.
right.
Ugh.
Yeah, disgusting. Yeah. But of course we need to get away because Bertha's not just the bouncer. She also likes to fucking dance. And so Mario, he's like, I can't bother her on her job.
Part I liked about the movie.
that you got to
Bob
see
Hoskins
some.
Bob Hoskins kills it in the scene
Oh.
where he's just like, this bitch is gonna fall in love with me.
I loved this scene. This scene was. I mean, first of all, we actually got to see some good peaches. There's no Princess Peach, which is a canon in the series, but we got to see some peaches, and they were good. Asses, G-string asses, and assless chaps, of course. Chapless asses.
So
Bizarre world.
Don't worry, Luigi. I got this.
Watch how Big Bro do gets out there. Hey, Miss Bertha, big if you will, and he gets the 5-finger death punch to the face. That's just a normal punch.
Loves it.
He heads.
Like, can you step on my balls too?
He heads back to his bro because they're like, I don't think your moves work anymore, bro. And even the Cooper bros are dogging on Mario. And he's like, no. Fixes his jaw and makes some Nintendo sound effects. I got this one. I know just what this woman is all about. I've been with a few like this.
So he lays in front of her and he lets her walk all over and stomp on his balls with her spiked heels.
That's right. Babe,
That's the way to her heart.
I noticed when you punched me, it just emptied every little emotion in my head. I need you to occupy it with your heels.
I need you to power up, man. And he turns like giant. It's a video game.
Yeah. She starts walking on him. Then she pulls him up because a slow song starts up. You know, they were
It's for all of 20 seconds.
20
So
seconds.
It's killing the mood. So they like,
Yeah. And they don't use any Nintendo music. You think they would try to use some Nintendo music and just like fucking dance it up or something? Now we're into slow music and Mario's trying to get her top off.
So she's got the
Necklace.
the necklace in her cleavage. She's doing all these moves, trying to make it look like he's sexual, but he's just really trying to steal it.
I do like that on the Laserdisc version. I didn't get to watch the full thing, but I did watch this scene on Laserdisc because it's so important. Luigi taking notes. He's learning. Okay? That's very
The
important.
whole point of this movie is the evolution, no pun intended, because this movie is about evolution and de-evolution of Luigi. Luigi starts out a boy, he ends a man.
That's right. He has a mustache at the end of the movie.
Hero's journey.
Hero's journey.
So he's trying, he's acting like he's gonna suck on her tits. He's trying to grab that fucking necklace.
She's trying to work some apparatus into his back pocket, let's say.
Detroit's own was not was. You know you had to hear this song in this movie. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
And that is fucking Bertha's song.
So she's just locking too hard, and the necklace actually just kind of pops off. But she's in the rhythm's got her. So you can't do anything about that.
And as Mario goes to grab the necklace, the Goombas barge in. And they're like, fuck, we gotta get out of here. Bertha in love with Mario now, would die for him.
That's right.
She's like, I know how to do that. You follow me. And they go to like some back room. And
I mean, she's exotic in this world. She's the only black woman.
right.
She's got a man who's into her. That's, maybe that's hard for her to find. But then he's also an Italian man in a world without Italians. They're two fish out of water. Of course. And also, come on, he's 1.5 feet shorter than her. And her thing is doming on dude. So it's a match made in heaven. Of course she would be in love. Dino heaven.
So this is the room where they keep their thwomp boots.
Thwomp is the large cinder block things in Mario 3 that would just drop. They had eyes, and they would just drop from the ceiling and rise back up, you know? You remember those?
No, I don't.
They were early on. They were all throughout the game, so I thought you might. But that's what they were called, thwomp boots.
So, and there's a little, like, thing you gotta put into them, like a fucking carbon dioxide, like a whippet type thing.
Dude, it was like the gauge of grenade launchers. Like, imagine Arnold and Commando loading up a grenade launcher. That's what this reminded me of.
So, was there like did they just go through the roof? Like, cause they like jump out of the room.
Blur. We're in a blur. We're in a fungus right now. I don't know what's happening.
Speaking of fungus, there's another bomb
Ba-bam.
dangling from fungus, and Luigi grabs it this time.
Just throws it in his pocket.
No, he throws it in his
Brother's pocket?
toolbox.
Oh,
Because
toolbox.
There's a gag later where they get their toolbox mixed up.
That's right. All right, and then of course in their escape, they got to go right back into those dump trucks.
Garbage truck.
All right, we're doing a couple quick cuts here. We're checking in on King Koopa.
This was the most nauseating scene.
This is what made me cry.
I don't blame you. We get to see what King Bowser.
This is supposed to be Bowser. That's Bowser.
Okay, Griff just showed me a little figurine of Bowser.
So, yeah.
But is there a king in the games? Was this character made for the movie? Or was this...
Dude, you know what? In Mario 3, they really introduced kings. Because obviously, Peach is a princess, and you're saving Princess Peach, but they never really talk about kings until Mario 3. And there's never a king. I mean, Bowser's just Bowser. They did call him...
We're going to call him Bowser just because King Koopa is what Bowser's called in this movie.
Not John Bowser from that band.
Yeah, Sha-na-na.
Sha-na-na.
So he will be known as Bowser for the rest of this episode. And it's like something out of John Carpenter's The Thing.
It is.
Disturbing. This slimy, snotty sludge. Like this ball of this grossness comes out of the chutes.
Yes.
It's like, I totally understand why I was traumatized. I'm kind of traumatized watching it now.
Dude, it freaked me the fuck out. Why wouldn't it? I was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. I wanted to be out of that theater. My mom was like, no, you made me come watch this movie. Look at that face. That was me at 6 years old seeing this movie.
Hair white.
I was so blonde back then. Oh, man.
So he is taunting the king. I'm going to get your necklace, man, and then I'm going to merge the world and rule everything. There's nothing you can do, Bowser.
Our brothers, of course, they're being dropped off at oh my God, King Koopa's tower, and they're gonna make the ascent up there. We check back in on King Koopa, who's ordering up a pizza because it is a kids movie. We got to put some.
They keep going back to
Yeah.
after the movie.
What do you want on that pizza, sir? And he's always pointing a gun at the TV. Did you notice that?
Well, because that's how they don't have mouses.
Yeah.
I'm talking about not.
It's supposed to be a light gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So-
kind of funny though.
So yeah, so they have gun technology, much like the Nintendo gun.
Yeah, light gun. That's what I was saying. Yeah. So you point, you click, you communicate through the light gun, and I didn't realize that until Daisy later on in the movie.
And you're like, give me extra lizards, man. No worms.
Yeah.
Hold the mammal.
Hold the mammal. Did you want that spicy? Well done. Absolutely. Do you have any Pabst lizard ribbon? I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Sriracha.
Sriracha.
All right, now what do our boys know? All they know is plumbing. So they go back to their roots. They're like, we need to feed these guys through plumbing. So they go down to the boiler room.
Yeah. How are we going to get up? Well, fake it till you make it. And the best thing we can fake is plumbers.
And they're like, man, look at this place. It hasn't been maintained in years. It's falling apart. Probably non-union job.
So this movie is pro-union. It is. Yeah. I'm just
At
surprised.
one time, we were pro-union.
We actually cared about the middle class.
One time. 90s, even in the 90s, we still cared about the middle class.
That's incredible, man.
So, we know, he's like, you do this, Luigi. I don't have any tools in my belt. I'm an apprentice.
The whole time, it's like, Luigi, come on, man. We want to see you man up here.
So they start fucking tinkering with it. They turn the boiler off. Remember, these are reptilian people. They need heat.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know why. Is it wintertime in Dino? Because all of a sudden, they turn it off and ice starts forming everywhere.
It's kind of like when you get introduced to Blade Runner. There's nothing outside of the city. Everybody's just gathered together in this.
The desert.
Oh, in the desert.
Make you imply that
It's hot.
Desert does get cold at night.
No, yeah, it absolutely gets cold because there's not the moisture in the air to keep, Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Wow, they really thought this one through.
6 people to write it, bro.
Oh, my God.
So they turn off the heater, but it trips an alarm.
That's right. These valves, again, you were saying it because it's keeping the heat going and everything. So that makes sense. At first I was like, why? But this makes sense.
Well, how do we get out of here now? We get out of here like Mario.
What? How did they get out of there?
They just find an elevator.
Oh, this is when they disguise themselves, right?
Yeah, I don't know where they find their
Just
costumes.
a locker. Why did they fit humans? I don't know. Okay.
Here we are.
Here we
This
are.
is supposed to be the big reveal. They finally become
The-
Super Mario
yeah.
Brothers. Griffin, what's happening in this scene?
Are you talking about the scene where they actually get into the elevator with all the shit? So this is the only scene I remember liking as a kid.
Okay.
And they get on these elevators. Mario's got, it's like full red with some blue accents. The pockets are blue. Luigi, full green, blue accented.
The question
Caps.
is, where are the overalls?
I know.
Why can't
These
they
are
wear
coverall
fucking
zip-up jackets.
overalls?
Yeah.
This isn't like, how do we make a comic book character's superhero costume look real? I understand there's difficulties back
Yeah,
in those days.
right.
This is just fucking overalls, green shirt, red shirt,
That's it.
cap.
Again, Super Mario Super Show, the Mario Super Show. With Captain Lou Albano and whoever the other Italian guy was. They fucking nailed it. They nailed it on
It's not that hard to do.
a quarter of the budget.
We can go to Meijer right now and make our own Super Mario Brothers outfit.
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right we could.
So this makes me angry.
No, like I said, I think this was it almost, and I know if they even did this, it was accidental. But there was like the arcade Mario Brother games where it wasn't levels. It was just the one level, and you could fight each other and everything. It felt like the color scheme from that, but it's still so fucking stupid. Overalls, red, green, the hat. That's it. That's it. Boots. That's it. Mario Brothers, you nailed it. Anyone can do this.
Mustaches. They can't even get that right.
You would think John Leguizamo at this point would be like, it'd be kind of funny if my character put a mustache on because we're in disguise. No.
Can't do this.
He can play in Italian, though.
Get on the world's longest elevator ride ever captured on film.
Oh, my
It's
God.
a giant freight elevator. So the two Goombas walk in. They get to the first floor.
Right. But they're so big and they're so stupid. You know, they're the elite guards. So they're supposed to be getting the Mario Brothers. But the Mario Brothers are able to stay behind them.
They're so big they can hide behind.
Exactly. And so we're going through the whole elevator ride. And more Goombas are getting on. And they're just continuing to hide behind all of them. And, you know, eventually the Goombas don't even pay attention. I think we cut away before we get into the gags.
Go
Yeah.
back to King Koopa, and he learns the Koopa Bros have turned on him. They're fully in. They listen to the union talks. And unions make sense, man.
That's right.
And so they're all in with the Mario Brothers. And Lena, she wants to be the second in command. She wants to rule along with Koopa. So she's like, hey, you know, how about we fuck in that mud pit again?
Yeah. Well, let's dress down. Let's get in the mud pit.
What do you think about fucking, man?
Murray, her pickup move was, I know you like the mud pit, but I've got this new contraption. I hear it's hot in Brooklyn. Hot, key word. It's called a sauna. It's called a hot tub.
Oh, the lady, maybe on your lady in the deleted scene, she's like, I got a mud pit for you. Meaning she didn't give her ass up to him. And that's what King Coop always wanted.
Wait, wouldn't that be with the Bizarro? The inverse is that anal is like the common
It
currency?
doesn't go that far.
It didn't go that far? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so
We
sorry.
still fuck, you know.
Vaginally.
Yeah.
With their lizard.
She like that.
With their.
Proper vagina, right. But yeah, she's like willing to give up the holiest of holies. And he's like, how can you think about fucking, man? We need that fucking shard.
I've got an empire to rule. I have a world to meld. I'm going to stop this world and meld it with the other one. And you're worried about my dick, my reptile dick.
And then we forgot to point out at the club, the S&M club, Aliens, that's by her club.
Yeah.
She showed up with the Goombas, and she got the.
She managed to get the rock shard, yeah.
And so she's just like, and she's like, fuck, I was willing to rule with Koopa. Fuck him, I'm gonna rule by myself. I'm gonna put this into the fucking stone and rule the world.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to our bros. And now we're into the full gag of the elevator. There's elevator music, of course there is. Again, perfect
That's from Dr. Zhivago.
perfect place for more Nintendo music. Instead, they decide to go with,
Dr. Zhivago music. And so the boys start rocking.
Luigi and Mario. You're crazy. What are you doing? And Luigi's like, don't worry, bro. I got this. And he's...
And we learned from the classic Bugs Bunny episode.
That's
that
true.
The gorilla music calms the savage, soothes the savage.
Soothes. Thank
So
you.
when you play music on a wild animal, it will calm them down.
Right.
And make them dance.
Yep. So all the Goombas start dancing. The elevators open later.
All of a
and
sudden, it's a scene from Cruising. They're like just fucking each other. in this elevator. That distracts them enough that our boys sneak out the hatch. Every elevator has a hatch. We know that. They escape.
That's right. Daisy, of course, she has been asking for food for days now. And Toad, our good old boy lackey, shows up.
Ray maintained his
Bob Dylan harmonica?
humanity.
Oh, yeah, Dino Manity. Dino Mighty. And he shows up with 2 plates of flank steak, raw, dripping all over the place.
Yoshi's drooling. He
Yeah.
loves that.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a vegan. Let me explain to you. And we get, in the Laserdisc version, we get 10 minutes of her explaining the difference between vegetarian and vegan and how it's good for the environment.
And then in the middle of the vegan explanation, Lena barges in, slams the door shut with Toad on the other side, and gets in close to Princess Daisy and just like, oh, you fuck. You fuck. You think you're going to unite the world? I'm going to unite the world. I'm going to teach you everything you want to know about your dad. So gets her in close, and then gets like a little fucking shiv she's got. It's going to Death Warrant again.
Yeah, she like screwed it together.
Yeah.
The and the
Ice
little
pick
head.
that she had to screw together. Yeah.
And she's threatening Daisy and Yoshi. They're friends now.
They're best friends. They're
So-
captives together.
He's got the little frog tongue. Grabs fucking Lena by the ankle, ganks her in, starts shrimping her, starts sucking her toes.
Well, Yoshi is a freak. This is established in all the games, actually, Murray.
But it gives Daisy enough time to get away. And even though Lena, she's a dom too. She's into getting her toes socked.
That's right.
Now is not the time. She stabs fucking Yoshi with the shiv.
That's right. Yoshi is a glutton for punishment, though, so he gets a few invincibility frames and runs away. Now, our Goombas have finished their dance, our boys have escaped, and we're going back to Daisy running away, just going down the hallways. Toad is in tow, helping her kind of get away.
Yeah, she bumps into him because he
'Cause-
has the plate of steamed vegetables.
That's right, and these are legit vegetables. This could have been another Mario 2 callback because you throw a lot of vegetables around.
Okay.
No parsnips on that plate. That's a big thing in that game. No tomatoes on that plate.
What is on Toad's plate? Fire. Because Goombas show up and just ignite him on fire.
That's right.
And he's no selling. He's like the Undertaker. He's no selling it.
Our Cooper brothers show up, and they're like, we got to get you out of here.
Yeah, because the Cooper brothers are being brought to like their cell.
Yeah.
And they just everyone intercepts each other.
Everybody bumps into each other. The Cooper bros in all the panic of the fire and the Goomba on fire. They're like, Princess, we got to get you out of here. We've been defecting. We've been...
Always been on your side.
Yeah, we've been royal servants of the king the whole time. We were just too stupid to realize it, but then we went woke. Now we're cool. And so they're like, let's get out of here. And she's like, no, wait. And she finds a fire extinguisher, which was green because it's the opposite of red. And she...
Puts Toad out. So now Toad's a friend for life.
That's right.
So now our bros are like at a shaft. Well, because they're in the elevator shaft. And they're like, shit, we got to get down there.
Right.
And then Luigi's like, go, use the force. Just go. Just fucking just
He's doing his anything is possible speech, and Luigi runs and jumps, and Mario closes his eyes, and then we as the audience open with Mario, and Luigi's just suspended in midair, and he's like, "Oh, cool, magic."
And then Mario's like, hey, there must be something to you, this shit. I'm going to do it. And then we see that Luigi somehow got his belt hooked on a hook that's just hanging there. So he's really not floating at all.
And he didn't realize it. He's just too stupid to realize it.
So Mario leaps up, and then thankfully there's fungus, meaning rubber fucking sheets, at the bottom of the shaft, and he just gets caught in there.
That's right.
Saves his life.
Now they're bouncing up and down. Luigi gets a save. Hey, I should really try out for the Yankees. All right. Now Yoshi is also catching up to Daisy and crew. Guys, this movie moves at a breakneck speed.
It's still boring.
And it's still boring. So weird, so fast, and still boring.
Making it sound like the greatest movie of all time, but it's shit.
Well, we had the layers to it. I mean, there's no thought somehow, and yet there was thought. It's because they're the unintentional things, the background. Anyways.
Yoshi knows about light gun technology, so he brought a light gun with him.
They're meeting up in Bowser's room.
Right.
And
snot and shit dripping everywhere.
She's like, what the fuck? Oh, because the Koopa brothers were like, we're going to introduce you to your dad. And she's like, no, that's a fucking booger. I've seen that before. Yeah. That's a collapsed asshole right there or whatever. Prolapsed? Yeah, there we go. Prolapsed asshole. What are you fucking... And so he's like, no, use the console. And she picks up the light gun, immediately knows how to navigate it. Unlike me and this fucking audio software. Fucking an hour just working on that today.
And she taps in with the... Apparently there's one in the elevator shaft.
There is a full closed-circuit TV. Again, another symptom of the Big Brother's King Koopa world. Closed-circuit TVs everywhere.
Safe, man.
There was one that they flipped through on the Laserdisc that was Lena's butt plug. You got to look up Lena's asshole.
Remember, 9/11 didn't happen in Manhattan, thanks to that police thing.
Oh, is that what? Oh, okay. What did you say they were rebuilding it for then? And it just fell out, actually. It was a natural disaster. Oh, they used... Oh, we know this for a fact.
So she's like, Mario, meet me in the snot station. And King Koopa's also watching the same thing. He has his own light gun.
That's right.
And he's like, I know where they are, man.
And then it's just as it's dawning on him, he's like, where's everybody heading? Where's Lena? Lena has the rock.
Because he sees that they don't have the rock.
Oh, right.
Lena has to have it.
So the Mario brothers meet up with Lena, and she's like, Luigi, I really want you to meet somebody. And she gets in there with her fingers. This is my dad. And just starts like putting boogers into Luigi's hands.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Booger. Hey, Bowser.
And then
yeah, he was the king until King Koopa devolved him into this fungus.
So Luigi's just like, oh, you've been helping me the whole time. You've been giving me the bob-ombs. At one point, maybe this isn't a minute here, you gave us a bullet bill, which is also tiny, microscopic for some reason.
And then the king goes...
He's just... And then Mario realizes he promised to take Daniela to WrestleMania. And he says this out loud. Why does he have to say this out loud? For Daisy to go, Daniela's here. So Mario now has to go save Daniela. They need to separate.
They need this is Mario's motivation. The whole reason she got kidnapped.
So Daisy tells her.
He's in Morton Joe harem room, and he's like, all right, I'll go get her.
Yep.
So Luigi and Daisy immediately captured a moment later by King Koopa.
That's right.
So now Lena, she's going to go to the room that has the meteorite.
That's right. The restricted area. Oh, we see her going into the bowels of the building first. Where there's just scaffolding everywhere.
You see Priest there with his tranny.
That's right.
And he's like, Priest can get you anything, man. Even a rock.
Oh, my God.
So Koopa, I guess Koopa put out the thing, find Lena, so his guards grab her because she's got the rock.
That's right.
Mario goes to the Morton Joe chamber, finds Daniela and all the Jersey girls.
He's doing his whole fucking like sleuth act. He's climbing across.
Catwalks everywhere.
Catwalks everywhere. He's telling he's telling Daniela shush, but the one girl who's.
There it is! That Mario! I recognize that. I took in a mustache right many a time. It's his Friday girl.
That's his.
Like, all these girls Mario coincidentally fucking.
Oh my God! So Mario might be involved with all the kidnappings? Because if we were Brooklyn cops, we'd be like, wait, you fucked all these... Your DNA is everywhere in their house. You need to, like, put a rubber on because your DNA's on their ashtray, on their fucking bed, on their couch, on their TV, the radio. What is going on? Ice Cube tray?
All I know is that alerts the Goomba finally. And
Throws some flames at him.
And they just knock out the Goomba.
They just knock him out. That's it. There's nothing.
wheeling there.
This could have been the head squash moment, you know? Because that's what you do with the Goomba. You squash it on the head.
Classic Kids in the Hall gag. Picture that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now King Koopa, he's got all his ducks in a row. But where's that pizza man? Mario, we're back to Mario. He's like, all right, everybody, get some mattresses. I'm going to fuck all of you. And they're like, no, we got to get out of here. And so he's just like, thankfully, there's a giant fucking sewer line right in this room.
Oh,
Giant.
well, he does say the only way I can lay pipe to all you women is if we go down this pipe together.
So they go down this ice cold pipe because they turned off.
They turn off the heat,
fucking heat
and immediately frozen.
Ice.
Yeah.
So is this an illusion of one of the games? Because you do like have to duck like icicles. I remember that being part of one of the games.
Probably 3. That was when they finally introduced ice to the game, was 3. Or, you know what? They did do an Ice World in 2.
So they're going down to shoot. Goomba's following them. They put it together. They got their own mattress. They're following them. We get the gag with the duck, and they duck, and Goombas don't, so they head.
Yeah. It's a good action scene. It's real great. The bed happens to flow right back out to Dino Hatton. What is it called? Dino Hatton.
The one set they have built for this movie.
Right, where they crash into more Goombas, knocking them out. Luigi walks up. Hey, bro, what's up? He's just out there now? Like,
Everybody's there. Goopa's there. Everyone's there.
again, we got to keep this movie moving. Canon production. Oh, my God, if Canon did this movie.
So Koopa's like, I got the plumbers. Your pizza's here, sir.
Put it on hold.
I'm gonna devolve these guys, man. Turn them into little monkeys that they are.
So Mario going into the classic wrestling bit because Koopa's already there. He gets down there in a second, and he's got everybody surrounded.
There with Luigi and Daisy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, well, I'm saying Koopa was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so he's got them all surrounded, and this is where we get the payoff with the belt and the fucking bullet bill cartridge or whatever.
There's one of those rocket boots.
Mar-
Happens to be there. Are there stations just randomly put around the city in case you need a rocket boot? You can rent them.
So Mario.
The rocket boot store is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it was. And the glass was broken out from them crashing into it. So he does the classic wrestling. He loads the boot. And he uses the fucking bullet bill and launches it and manages to create enough diversion where we got some skirmishing happening here. It's just chaos. I don't know how to explain this.
He launches he's not wearing the boot.
Yeah,
launches
he just
the boot,
launches
hits
it.
King Koopa, and then there's like
Oh, that's right. They're on the scaffold. And it goes...
there's a thing you see like in a foundry where
Yeah.
like molten like metal in it. It's like straight out of Terminator 2. But it just happens to be in the middle of this fucking street.
And it's just full of gunk. And so he gets in there and he's just in the gunk. And he's just hanging out, but he's got a flamethrower. So he's... But Koopa is.
He gets knocked into it. And then
This is one of the things. Koopa does have a flying apparatus, and he shoots fireballs out of it. So maybe they're trying... In Mario 3, I think they introduced that. Maybe this was supposed to be an allusion to that. Maybe. If these people did any research at all.
Luigi grabs Mario and goes, bro, trust the fungus. And then they take some magic mushrooms. And this is where it gets really weird. Everybody's tripping balls for the rest of the movie. And Luigi grabs, like, Tarzan swings on some fungus onto that little, like, whatever that thing is.
Vat. Just call it a hanging vat. And he starts climbing up. Koopa is trying to fire at him, but he's like, I can't see him, so he must be gone. He's got no object permanence. That's their devolution here, apparently.
Remember, King Koopa has the rock that they need.
That's right.
But it gets knocked out by Mario. Lena happens to be on one of the scaffolding, sees it, reaches out for it, falls on the fucking bumper car grid.
That's right. Gets electrocuted. Her hair turns into Frankenstein's. Yeah.
Like you said, though, it's fun electrocution.
It's fun. It is a kid's movie.
So she just gets, her hair gets fucking...
Recovers and runs off to the rock, and now she's going right back to that meteorite site. Luigi, on the other hand, has all the girls. He goes out to find Lena, or he takes all the girls to go find Lena because he's trying to get the girls back through. All the rescued Brooklyn girls and the other one from Queens or whatever. So he starts sending the girls back through before he goes to deal with Lena.
Give a shit. She's like, I rule the world. All I need to do is put this rock into this hole.
Yeah, and the rock is like an ice pick. It's a little butt plug, and so she's just trying to plug up that meteorite. And as she's doing it, it is creating a superstorm of magic, which is straight out of Mario. This is all you do in Mario, is you plug holes with magic rocks.
So it's just, magical electricity. And she's like, I did it. I'll rule the world. I didn't need Daisy. And then she just butt plugs it. Boom! She splattered against the wall.
Into a fossil.
Yeah.
And this is what I was saying at the beginning of the movie. Maybe this is why there was fossils. I don't know. It's stupid. Let's never do this. Mario, he's still continuing to battle with King Koopa, who thinks Mario has the rock. Mario is pretending he's got a little leather strap, which I won't tell you what that strap is to, and he's letting it dangle like he has the rock in his hand. So Koopa is fixed on him.
They're like on a catwalk, facing off. Koopa's got the gun. He has nothing.
Right.
All he has is the rock in his hand.
Right. And then he's also got his tool belt, apparently. Or they... Yeah.
That's how he has what he's really in his hand.
So what he reaches, or what he fucking fondles with here, is a bomb.
And, Koopa's like, holy shit, man! And he winds it up, and, he lets it
Dink,
slowly
dink,
walk.
dink, dink.
Ding, ding,
Right into a crack.
ding, ding, and, falls down to the street. A guy, almost shits himself because he's going to run over it.
That's right.
And we're like, fuck, this must be like a nuclear fucking bomb.
All right. So, oh my God. So much to this movie. So much. The two, they're headed straight, they're head to head, they're straight up, they're disintegrating.
He is trying to pull the shard out.
Yeah.
The worlds are starting to merge.
Right. And we're seeing that.
Thankfully, he's got Mario's belt, which has all the tools.
So apparently, because the shard is so close in there, that it's starting to merge. So Mario and Koopa are face to face, and they start just pixelating and then disintegrating, and they're gone, and then they just appear
in our world. So remember, Koopa's got the fucking de-evolve gun. Scapelli's there.
They're on the fucking excavation site,
Right.
and I don't know how Koopa, apparently he's been down there for 65,000 years. 65 million years, and he goes, oh my God, this is Brooklyn. I guess you would notice the sun. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, go on.
It's like, this is my world, man. Scapelli's like, hey, buddy, this is my world. Fuck you, man. Bad blue ribbon. Shoot fucking Scapelli. No.
We already talked. We made this better.
This is how we make it better, people. Because it's a de-evolve gun. Remember, if you're an idiot, you believe in evolution. And this movie's for idiots.
Yeah.
So, Scapelli devolves. Now, this is how you tie it in, make it even a greater Super Mario Brothers movie.
Agreed.
Should have devolved into Donkey Kong. No. He just devolves into a chimp.
There's scaffolding. There's scaffolding everywhere.
Barrels everywhere.
You could have climbed up a couple levels of the scaffolding.
Nice little callback. Donkey Kong could have saved the fucking world.
Scapelli could have had his girl there, Paulina, another call. Come on. These fucking people, man.
So now, they just have a gag where one of his goons was, hey, boss, you look cute as a monkey.
That's right. King Koopa turns his focus back over to Mario. Mario, who was told to trust the fungus.
He's still tripping balls.
He's like, oh man, am I microdosing? He's actually just dosing. He's just fucking taking whole shrooms at a time here. He holds up a mushroom to the Devo gun as it blasts him, and the mushroom expands, absorbs the whole blow.
Well, no, maybe it doesn't absorb. It devolves into its true state, a gigantic mushroom.
Or maybe that.
All right, so Luigi, he has Mario's belt. Now he finally, all this shit through osmosis, because remember, he never pays attention because he's an apprentice.
That's right.
He knows what they need. Give me this tool. Give me that tool. And he's working and pulling the shard out, and sure enough, he does, which makes Mario and King Koopa go back to Dino Hat. Hey, remember the Bob-omb? Well, it's still working its way slowly through the area.
Oh my God, this movie. And it's still gags on gag, cars crashing, all this shit happened.
Finally underneath King Koopa, and then jump up 10 feet.
He goes back into the vat.
Right.
Right back into the vat he was just in. And now he comes out of the vat and he's coated in fucking like tar or whatever. So Koopa is just bursting out. He's completely... don't they start blasting him with the Devo guns?
Yes, Luigi and Mario blast him with Devo guns.
Yeah,
which
dueling.
cause him to devolve into his true state, a T-Rex.
That's right. Of course.
So a T-Rex, like, you go, I'm melting! And he goes down, and then a T-Rex pops up. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. They eventually...
And you turn him into primordial goo.
It just goo, yeah. And he crashes, splatters all over the pavement. The city cheers out because they got rid of their Trump, their Putin, their whatever. That's right.
Tell us what to do, Mario.
And so they do a little fly around where we get to see the Thwomp Boots also just do a hovering projectile, and they're able to fly around and get their cheers, get their flowers.
Somehow magically, because he doesn't get hit with an evolve gun, Bowser evolves back to his human form. And it's Lance Henriksen from fucking Aliens and a lot of other great movies. Near Dark.
Fucking
Lance Henriksen was in.
Jesus Christ,
and he
man.
just, he's just like, what? I'm back. You know, that's all you see of Lance Henriksen. You see for literally 5 seconds.
Yeah, really. They're like the stranglehold over this is the Jesus Christ. So shouldn't he just keep evolving and turns, just dies or something? Like,
how's he evolving at all?
God, this movie.
He's not a booger monster anymore.
I know. We've done some of the movies from your childhood, but 6 years old, I saw this movie. What the fuck is this movie? What is this?
All right, so now.
Yeah, it's not over yet, everybody.
Yeah, well, it's near the end, thankfully. Our bros are ready to go back to their world, and Luigi's like, "Come on, Daisy!" And she's like, "No, I have to stay here. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. I want to get to know my dad."
That's right. So Luigi just lays a big fat one on her. Yes, Mario.
Why would Luigi stay? He doesn't seem really happy.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's an apprentice. He could still be a plumber over here. He could be a fucking what's it called, prince and princess. Yeah. Well, whatever the married into prince would be. Prince.
He'd be a consort.
Consort, sure, whatever. You could still be royalty, dude.
But no, he loves his brother that much.
He likes watching his brother fuck. He's like, I would miss.
But you could fuck. I don't know.
He doesn't want to fuck. He wants to watch his brother fuck.
Still taking notes.
Yeah.
There's more to learn.
It's a commentary on, like, when you're growing up, you didn't have a brother.
No, I didn't.
You watch your big brother play video games. Video games being women and sex. And so he's thinking, like, I can't play the video games. Only my brother can play the video games. This is not right. I want to watch my brother fuck Daisy is what I'm trying to say.
Wait, no. He wants to watch him fuck Danielle. He doesn't want to. I mean, Daisy's still his.
Yeah, I know.
So, you see, that's a classic thing. It's kind of like instead of anything is possible, his whole mantra.
Yeah.
The true Luigi coward that he is. It's like, dude, you could be fucking now.
Yeah.
I got more to learn.
I got more to learn. Always more to learn.
Yoshi's like, bye.
You gotta learn. Trial by fire, just like we saw with the meteor when he was doing everything by himself.
3 weeks later, we're back in our world. Mario cooking a little bit of the gabagoosh.
Gabagoosh, of course.
And yellow with him. And we see Luigi's watching that fucking tabloid show. And it's like, they're telling the story of what happened with Scapelli getting devolved.
They report the real news.
And this guy's like, these Mario Brothers, no, nay, these Super Mario Brothers saved the world.
That's right. And so they start celebrating, and then suddenly Daisy returns and kicks open the door with a grenade launcher.
Her clothes are all like charred and like she's all dirty, like she's been in a fucking war. And they're like, what the fuck, Daisy? He's like, I need your help. We need to make a sequel to this shitty movie.
And thankfully, we never got it.
And supposedly, I didn't go back to check. There's some kind of end credit scene. I don't know.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Wash my hands in this movie, a la King Koopa style. Here I'm putting my hands in wax. Never again. Fuck this movie.
I gotta.
There's gotta be something better than this dog shit you gave us.
Well, after this 90-minute fucking slog of a hour 45. Slog, I know you did. You see, I do this. I have to do this 11 months of the year with some of your movies. You don't always come up with great ones. And I'm not always expecting you to. We're here as historians. We're here as journalists. We're here to do the hard work that some people appreciate.
Earned our non-living with this episode.
You're goddamn right we did. And I got to tell you, next week, or apparently maybe doing another meetup on a weird day, so we might be having a Wednesday recording.
I'm assuming, back to the old days, the original Wednesday recording.
That's right.
I'm assuming we're going to have a shit ton of technical difficulties. I'm not going to get home till 2 in the morning.
I'm gonna
work the next day.
I'm gonna be making sure. I'm gonna do my best to make sure we get this shit running
Griff,
right when we get in.
What the fuck is this movie?
I found us. I did a little bit of a pre-watch. I got some broad strokes here.
This is usually bad for us.
Yeah, no, but I wanted to do this one because it's got names. It's got length. Hour 25, probably a 90-minute. On the feed there. But I'm talking about Fred Williamson. I'm talking about one of my favorites, Henry Silva. I'm talking about Chuck goddamn Connors. And Bo Svensson, who's been in quite a few movies. So, Murray,
He
this...
was in Maniac
Killer.
Killer.
Exactly.
With his red shoes.
So this is just a little straight-to-video Fred Williamson movie.
Is this a Maniac Killer reunion? Because Bo Svensson and Chuck Connors.
Yes, they were.
Matthews there. Matthias, what was his
I don't remember, and I didn't notice. If only.
He did the evolution gun.
So this is like in 1992 or 3. We're staying in 92 or 93, your favorite era. And it's a little movie called 3 Days to a Kill.
3 Days to a Kill. I've never seen this, never even heard of it.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
sure most of you guys are saying the same thing. But that doesn't mean you don't listen. Stop being a star fucker.
Yeah,
Expand your horizons. Be like Luigi, not Mario.
exactly.
Anything possible. Golan-Globus.
And I thought I was going to link that in there somehow with the outro here, but I'm not. And just know that for the next week, until you actually start downloading fucking Death Warrant, I guess I'm listening.
Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step. And then again, let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step. And then again, let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that.